Good night, people. Good night. Good night. Welcome once again to our Sports Friends the podcast. And from you see us on a Monday after EPL over the weekend, you know that we're here to discuss some EPL football that took place over the weekend. And with me tonight, I have Liverpool man. Oh boy, weekend was going good for him until everything just took a turn for the worse and they lost. And also the Chelsea man. Oh boy, the Chelsea man probably feel a bit. He may feel a bit better knowing that he got a point, but probably disappointed because it was against a Burnley team that they should have gotten 3 points against. But boy, tough weekend overall, except as expected, first match on Saturday morning, Man United got their ass kicked, and it, as I said in the caption, it was a training session for Man City. And boy, when I say training session, it was a training session. And I can't understand that a quarter of Premier League managers has already been sacked. And yet still, this clone from Norway still has his job intact. I just can't see through it. But I'm not here to talk about him because I stopped discussing that, man. But first up, I'm going to start with Ryan. Now you look at Man City and you saw how they perform, and people keep on lamenting point about Bernardo Silva that he has become so better as a footballer. I remember at one point he was on Hotcast. He was on the cusp of even leaving Man City in the summer, going to Atletico Madrid, but that never happened, and he stayed at City and he got his game time, and now he has grasped it because this man plays at a number 6, number 8, number 10, even as a false 9. So what do you think about what has turned around for Bernardo Silva and how Man City actually played?
I don't know. Maybe Silva decided that he has something to prove. Maybe Pep, maybe he got comfortable after he started to become a starter after his first season when he was regularly off the bench. And maybe he got comfortable and Pep give him a kick up the backside by saying him going to sell him, and he started to feel that he had something to prove. Now Bernardo Silva is doing everything. He is making tackles, he is scoring goals, he's making final passes. He has become this all-round player. He was kind of that player, but it is more pronounced now that he is doing all of these kind of things as a midfielder. So maybe it's a coaching. You're talking about your coach not doing what and bringing the best out of his players. Pep seemed to be doing that with Bernardo Silva, and as he has done with other players in the past.
One second, though, boss. That's not my coach. Kim's coach that, not mine. Kim's came on here and spoke glowingly though.
Coach
The
for the
big
team that I
coach.
support.
The man even push up in chest, you know. So he coached a team that I support, but that is not my coach. I want to see the back of that man. Like, I don't mind in the next 2 minutes I hear that he got sacked. But let's move on though and look at City overall. What do you thought of how they played? Because that goal that they scored in the second goal, City made 26 passes for that goal in the boss.
All right. City, I think the 2-0 is worse than the 5-0 that you got in terms of overall playing pattern. City, you know, like when you see cat play with lizard before them kill the lizard, that is basically what City do to you guys. It was just a training session with 11 cones, and they're just doing what they wanted to do. It was that bad. This was worse than the 5-0 that Liverpool gave you guys. Worse in the sense that in terms of overall play, everything, City could have just do anything that they feel like doing. They just felt like that they wanted to have a training session before the next training session. And that was it. It was a very poor display from a team at home. I don't know what happened. Ole. He tried the 3-5-2, won a game, and him feel like him find something and try it back, and it backfire epically. And then he tried to change it at halftime. At least him try something. Tried to change it, and it seemed like it got worse because no matter Pep, and it was so bad, Pep didn't even need to make a change. That is, he played with you, And then he decided that him don't even if it change any players. You know, in a sense, him send nobody else out there because him already have your guys running around chasing shadows. So it was a
what,
comprehensive. It was one of the biggest 2-0 victories ever.
Okay. Guess what? I was somewhat disappointed, in what that clown did at after. You tell me that it's fan the big disrespect, man. Don't go embarrass the man. Why never start the man them from the get go?
What's that?
The guy, so people can troll them even more.
No, I didn't get that part. What part was that?
I'm saying the clone coach brought on Jadon Sancho and Danny Van de Beek after he was losing. So I'm saying that why is it that they're bringing on this so they trolls instead of get go and see if they could actually impact the game from the beginning?
Maybe because him losing, he want to try something different to see if something can have maybe damage control at the. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to do damage control.
All right.
At least if he put them on, nobody can't say him have on him attacking players and not use them.
Okay. All right, Dima, you being a Liverpool man, said that this 2-0 was way worse than the 5-0 that you're to United. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, good night everybody. Big up everybody in the comment section. Listen, I thought that it was definitely a better result. A better result for them getting the 5-0 from us because that I didn't know that Manchester United was at home. It looked like a Manchester City playing at home, dominant training. After those 2 goals, they just dominated the whole game. And to be fair to Manchester United, they got a couple early chances. I remember there was a Harry Maguire header that went wide and the Cristiano Ronaldo volley that went straight to Edison. But after that, oh my Lord, it was complete dominance from Manchester City. And I remember coming on here after a man say, the big coach, and I said that they will have a hard time trying to pick up Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Jesus, and all of those interchanging Foden and all of them interchanging from 3-4. And it was just, I don't know what Manchester United would do without David De Gea because he made about 6 or 7 saves the first half. It could have made it way worse, and Manchester City was just dominant for the whole first half and throughout the whole game. So I would say performance-wise, it was a more dominant result than the Liverpool game, even though the scoreline for Liverpool was more, obviously. So I'd say, yeah, I agree with Ryan totally. I remember people say Luke Shaw the best left back in the world and all of these things. Boy, oh, the mighty have fallen.
Another thing, if City had a number 9, it would be beyond a shadow of a doubt that this performance was way worse than what Liverpool did to Man U. If they had a number 9 to put away all of those chances that was coming, maybe we'd be talking about an 8-0 victory.
Yeah, and you see how Van de Beek gave something them jersey. I don't remember who they are going, and Van de Beek the man where I give him jersey like him the kick man. When I give the person them jersey like the kick man, I'm like, yo, this is a joke.
All right, so yes, Rash Cadillac saying that the less said about Manchester United is better for my health and rum storage. So hurry up and skip this.
It's very good for us.
It was awful to say the least. And boy, as I said, I can't wait to hear this man out. And you know what? It never really pissed me off because, as I said, nothing about Manchester United surprised me nowadays. But I was like, your team has been performing so poorly, yet you can go on a one vacation along with all the team players. What sense does that make? I mean, people where perform can do them things. If I saw say Thomas Tuchel, people like those doing that, I'll say, okay, I can understand. But your team has performed so poorly. Instead of keeping the players at the club and actually get them into doing something, this man take a 1 week off along with the rest of the players. I'm like, what sense does that make?
Where they going to?
You guys can. He's gone back home to Norway, and the players them can just take a week off.
Oh, I thought it was a week off, like, coaches will go to Dubai for a week or wherever to have a little private training session. I thought that was it because I was like,
the man gone in yard.
I was like, why would you be criticizing him for that? But him actually take a, whoa, interesting.
It's the first I've seen this. I'm not gonna lie, but probably something good in the afternoon because I saw one of his best bud in Rio Ferdinand coming out today and said that, well, he's not the man to lead them forward. So you know that the more these clones come out and actually criticize him, the more the board would probably start taking it and probably let him go. But not looking so bossy right now.
They're never still making all the excuses in the world for him. So they tried big name.
All right, listen, Ryan. It's a Gary Neville and Peter Schmeichel, 2 clone. Because I hear Peter Schmeichel talking about, oh, this man should get more time, and I hope that he gets more time. Man, get the hell out of here. And if it was left up to me, I'll take away their United legendary status too. Those former players wouldn't be welcome at Old Trafford. But I hope that Kems will come on the show at some point and talk about his big coach, because when Kems is talking about it, Kems look up his chest. So Kems, start out the internet connection and come on, man.
Big coach.
But next up, next up was Chelsea taking on Burnley, and Kim said it a bit on the previous show that, hey, Chelsea is not clinical enough. Demo kind of disagreed with him, but this match kind of proved it. Chelsea got chances after chances after chances, and they should have buried Burnley from that first half. No, they never took their chances. Here comes the sucker punch in the second half. Burnley scored 1-0 draw. And to be honest, Burnley could have won it with the final kick of the game. So, that's in mind. What do you have to say about your team? Because this was an opportunity for you guys to extend your lead at the top, You only extended by 1. So, what do you say about your team?
Yeah, I agree that we're not clinical enough because barring the few results previously, there have been spells where the Juventus game, within that period of time, there were some games that we were drawing and losing, which we should not have. So I agree that even with Lukaku, we were still not putting away a lot of chances that we're creating, and it came back to bite us this time. So the first 5 minutes of the game, we had 3 clear chances, and we decided not to score any of them. And even through the course of the game, Havertz got chances that he missed. I think Hudson-Odoi had one blocked by Pope. I think it was Pope who made that save. And there were some other chances that Christensen, yeah, that header that should have been on target. Silva hit the post. There were various chances. We could have easily won that game 3-4, 5-6-0 even. Pope made some brilliant saves regardless, but we created the chances to that one goal that Burnley scored should have been a consolation. Should have been like a damage control kind of goal. It shouldn't have been an equalizer because that game should have been dead and buried a long time ago. And it's something that we have been getting the clean sheets. Okay, that's good, but we also need to put away chances, and we have not been doing that in quite a few of the games. And that is what came back to bite us again.
Yo, you hear me, sir?
Why sound like your device have some sort of cockroach or something like that, boss?
No,
Seems like the only stress I reach you, boss.
Huh?
Seems like the only stress I reach you.
My surname on the phone forward.
Alright, do that turn forward quick. But Demon, you think that based on what you have seen of Chelsea, right? they're missing that striker because I saw some people saying that Chelsea has played better without Timo Werner and Lukaku so far. So you agree with that or disagree?
No, I don't know about playing better. I don't know about playing better without them. Obviously they're getting results, and this thing about not being clinical enough, I may not agree. Like I mean, a Ryan team and him know them better, but the stats show otherwise. I see 7-0, I see 4-0, I see 3-0, and all of these things. So I think that Chelsea are in this game, however, they weren't as clinical as they could have been. But I thought they played well, and obviously I have Chelsea winning the league. But I thought they weren't clinical enough in this game specifically. But that man, Callum Olsen-Odoi, he was excellent on the night. I know he missed probably a couple chances, but he was excellent on the night. And sooner or later, he has to be given that in England call up again. He was amazing, and Nick Pope was a standout, obviously, because he made.
That man not representing England.
Why?
Ghana, that man going to represent.
Well, either way, I mean, he was amazing on the night, and Nick Pope pulled off a lot of great saves to keep Burnley in the game, and Burnley did what Burnley does. They nick a goal out of nothing. Two strikers combine and they scavenge a draw from the game. I don't know what happened between the two coaches, but something they go on with the touchline and them not like each other now. But yeah, we move. Chelsea get a point. They didn't lose. And the champions elect goes marching on.
Okay. So Kems, we started off the show and I wish I was here from the beginning because I remember I came on here Friday.
I was hearing
Oh.
y'all talking, I was hearing y'all talking, but
Big coach.
Yeah, big coach. What did the coach do now?
So the coach didn't do anything for you in that game.
What I'm saying is, okay, I believe that we tried. Okay, it's obviously the coach is not a 5-star coach, right? He's not a 5-star coach, obviously. The whole world know that. The blind can see that, right? But at the same time, I believe we try to scapegoat the coach, even like the mistake that was Shaw make. What you want the coach to do about that? Other than probably substitute him and take him off our team.
No sound.
Games, you gone mute, man. You gone mute.
Yeah, hear me?
Jason actually writing that Jason said that you borrowed all the internet. So it seems like you're not tonight.
No, man. So what I'm saying
Go ahead
is,
now.
I've asked this question many times on this platform. When is it that we're going to hold the players accountable? The way all the players are playing, like Manchester City tie with me, that was like a training session. That was, and I don't remember who me here say. I don't know if I guarantee every one of them people they say what they say. If Manchester City had played against Manchester City bench, it would have been a more competitive game than Manchester City versus Manchester United. I don't remember who said it, but totally agree. Man, I'm not playing a ball game, and you can say, hey, because the man don't want to play for Ole, you can say that, I'm not sure. I have no evidence of that, so I'm not gonna come here and say that. But again, as I said before, if it was me, like as the coach, I have to make some changes. I have to take away the captaincy from Maguire. Number one, first of all, I'm sure you have the captaincy come over from Leicester. Who is he? $85 million playing like a $5 million man. If I ever came in here, I used to call him Big Skip. Him is now a big flop. That man already. And I know Bally made the mistake, but when I still keep Bally on the pitch. Reason being, in a derby match like that, you want someone to throw in some tackle. You want Man City a feel in the game. And I don't think Manchester City at no point in time felt Manchester United. I just felt it was just a poor performance. And you can say it start from the coach go down, okay, whatever you want to say, but the way these players are playing right now, I don't know how a coach are going to come in and get Maguire to remember how to play football. I don't know how a coach will come in and teach Lucia the basics. Say them can't make the ball go over him and the man there the back post away from it. Like there's just certain little things I don't know if you need a coach to tell you that as a professional footballer. So yeah, we can blame all it out, We can say that all the time. But more here we start say Maguire out. More here we start say Bruno out. More here we start say them thing there as well. And then we can come on board. But I believe the coach has done a
Kems, let me ask
great
you a
job.
question though, Kems. Kems, which one is easier to go, the player or the coach?
Well, obviously the coach, but I believe the coach has done a great job. He has stabilized Manchester United because we're running around like headless chickens. The man get us what? We came third and we came second under his tutelage. So I believe the man deserve at least some more time. He said that he believes he's close. Let us give him until the end of the season to see, what he can do. The man saying believe he's close. I have to believe him because guess what? The man come third when on the thing said the man never dare come in a Champions League. The man come second when I never think said the man will come in a Champions League. So the man has defied all odds. So me as a Manchester United fan and the man as a Manchester United legend, one of the main problems I have with him are because him a play Fred and Scott McTominay. And I've said it on this platform. It's impossible. You tell me say this team is challenging for a title and that this is a midfield. And this may I bring up against Kevin De Bruyne and them Monday. And this may I bring up against Fabinho and them Monday. And this may I bring up against Kante and them Monday. Like it's impossible. Who is Fred and them? Fred and them for go play for Aston Villa, Norwich and them team that them can get running. They're not right. I think Roy Keane said it as well.
Kems.
No, I can ask the question, please.
Yeah. Hold on, Ryan. Just give me a second. So, Kems, you said that Ole need more time. What time? This?
I know what? No, I'm not saying he needs. Huh?
What
No,
time?
I'm not saying he needs.
What time you talking about?
I'm not saying he needs more time.
What you talking about?
All I know, Levan, what I'm saying is that he has brought some stability to Manchester United when we were running around like headless chickens, hiring David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho. Those are hire managers like we name Chelsea. That is not the Manchester United model. That is not what we do. We want a manager who is there for the long haul. That's why we would never get Kante, because you think Kante will stay at Manchester United for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. No, but that is what Manchester United want. So if you as a fan cannot understand, say, that is the model of Manchester United, then I'm sorry for you. But that is how Manchester United want to operate. You see how long they have Sir Alex? That is what they want to do.
All right, can I ask my question now? Yeah? All right. We have seen Jadon Sancho at Dortmund, and he was putting up good numbers, goals and assists and all of that, right? And then Sancho come to Man U, Sancho is doing nothing. We have seen Van der Beek at Ajax, baller, bring Ajax to a Champions League semi-final, almost to a final, and got nominated for Ballon d'Or. He is now the team viewer at Man U. We have seen Maguire, best defender at Leicester, one of the best defenders in the league for seasons and seasons. World Cup, went to a World Cup, score goals, go to a semi-final, have assists at the World Cup, come to Man U. In basically hot and cold, more cool than hot at Man U. When he plays for England, is a different Maguire.
He was cold.
You don't think? Hold on, man. You don't think none of that at all have anything to do with the coach? Those are big name players, at Man U, and they are not performing or getting a chance to perform in Van der Beek's case. You don't think none of that have anything to do with the coach?
Okay, so if you guys can remember, and you can tell me, say, oh, his mind wasn't here or there, but last season, Sancho started off poor for Dortmund, and then he picked up steam closer to the latter part of the season. We can all agree with that. Ajax, I don't see Ajax miss a beat without Van der Beek. What I will say about Van der Beek, though, I don't like the disrespect that Ole is giving him. I'll give you that much.
Let it Mr. Bean. Ajax is just coming back now since Van der Beek left.
Okay, but I don't think I don't like the disrespect for Van der Beek, right? I believe that freaking Ole dissed the man, right? And I don't know what the issue is if you don't know how to play of a player with, you know, want a bag of stars, but you don't know how to integrate them into the system or how to integrate them into the team. I really do not know. But I don't think, and I'm going to care if you don't say Van der Beek no play deep, I'm not care. As a coach, you have to find a way how to implement greatness in the team. Find a way, right? So I'll agree with that. Where Maguire is concerned, Maguire was very hot and cold with Leicester. He wasn't always hot. He was hot and cold, hot and cold. But
Not
again,
this one. Not this one.
well, I know, again, I'm going to show you something. Why your defender name Demo? Sayantro? Same name?
Yeah.
All right. You see that brother, they hot and cold. If that brother come to Manchester United, come play and play the same way and play for Leicester, it is going to be, it just going to be bigger because of Manchester United. And the same thing with Maguire. Maguire started up, Maguire was good, but now it's like him forget to play football. He just forgot. No. But I'm saying, my point is, Ryan, it has to do with coaching. I'll say that. I believe Sancho will get his chance in the team. But what I'm saying is that from the Manchester United side of it, this coach has came in, he has stabilized the team. The team is now stable. Whether they want to say, we're not winning a trophy, yes or no, you can say that. But I believe the team is stable to where we once were running around like headless chickens. All right, David Moyes out. Oh, Louis van Gaal out, him boring. Jose Mourinho out, him have too much ego. Now we have a coach, probably he's not at the pedigree of those coaches, but at the same time, the club is now in a stable place. So, you know, we just have to tweak a little things. The man say he believes he's close. Let's give him until the end of the season. If at the end of the season now he's our fool's goal, then we can kick him out. But I believe he deserved the chance. We came third, we came second under his tutelage.
I agree.
We also went to a Europa. We also went to a Europa League finals. We just never win. I believe give the man a chance.
I agree. I agree.
I agree that this is one of the best Man U
Right,
squads in
Kims.
the last 5 years,
Kims.
right? Right?
So,
Yes.
Kems, listen to Kems.
All right. Well,
All
let
right,
us
so
this point. So
you're good.
you agree that it's one of the best squads in the last 5 years. So you think you can get a better manager for a better squad, given that the squad is
Right.
at this level now.
Ryan, we can get a better manager. But again, I tell you now, the Manchester United, Real Demo come talk about Liverpool and want Liverpool sell to buy and all them something there. There's a particular model at Manchester United that they just want to follow. As fans, when they can say whatever they want to say, they want to follow a particular model. So whatever they want to think that's a full of personal business. They don't want a coach who will come in. Okay, you come in 1 year, you win EPL, you win Champions League, then you're gone. The club don't want that. That is not how they're structured. The fans want that so they can celebrate. But the
And they
club
can't get that
structured
with,
like that.
and they can't get that with somebody else who better.
All right, who? Tell me
I
somebody
don't
who
know.
can get
That's
that.
asking a lot of better
Because
Right,
you
coaches.
know,
so hold on,
Conte.
hold
Conte
on.
would not stay that long. Conte come 2 years and leave the
Conte is
place.
no team, so Conte out of the picture.
Yes, but
All right,
before
so what I was saying now, Kems, right? Kems, you said that this man has brought some stability to Manchester United, right? You know that he has put United to a case where United has only 21% win record at home. So what stability has he brought at home? You know that he only has a 21% win ratio at at Old Trafford. So going by that, what stability has he brought at home? And then
okay.
also, this is one of his biggest backend. Now listen to this.
Philosophy. I don't see an identity. When I go and watch my team, if they get beat, that's fine. It happens. But I want to see what they're about. What are you?
Yeah, I've got to translate. I can't hear that. But what am I saying?
All right, so basically, Rio Ferdinand is saying that. And Rio Ferdinand was one of Ole's biggest backer. This was the man that said, sign him up right now. Right? Rio Ferdinand has come out and he has said that you don't see any sort of style of play. I mean, yes, he pointed out that the player seems lazy, but that comes down to manager, because if you see that the players are lazy, you're supposed to get up as a manager and take them off or do what they need to do, bench them or whatever. He said
So
that.
we're gonna take
But
off.
he said
We're
that
gonna take off.
the
We're
same
gonna take
point he
off.
made about
There's
stability.
no
he said
10
that, yes.
substitutions. There's not 10 substitutions.
Hold on,
There's
no,
3.
Kems, hold on, Kems. Don't bother try that, Kems. Kems, don't try that,
No,
Kems. Don't bother go down the line there
all
of
right.
ridiculousness. I'm talking about
Okay.
things that
Let me
is
just say something
obvious.
real
For
quick, because
instance,
I don't want to stay upon United all night, right? But let me just say something, right? Ole said the game plan, right? The game plan was we're going to take the game to City. We're going to start at the front foot and take the game to City. You would tell me now, we're in that game from minute 1 to minute 90, we take the game to City. It's like when the team touch the pitch with City, it's like them scared. It's like them timid. So them just sit back and make City just attack them. And I get that City press is amazing. I get that they get to the ball quickly. But these are professional footballers making tons and tons of money. At some point in time, we have to stop blaming the coach because the coach gives you the instructions. The coach said, in practice, we were doing the right things, but when we go out on the pitch, it's like we get clueless. Like after a while, we have to stop blaming the coach and hold the players accountable.
Skims, you're being ridiculous, and I'm not going to turn this into a Manchester United show. But
Continue, man.
if I tell players to do a particular thing, or follow a particular model, and I don't see them doing it on the pitch, why am I going to sit with my hands full and with my feet crossed and not barking out instructions to them?
Can I put that next way? Can I put that next way? You're a manager at your job, and you tell the staff to do something, and them don't do it. What do you think the managers above you going to think about you?
They're incapable of doing the job.
And the staff don't rate you. Them have no respect for you.
All right. Again, if the argument is the players don't want to play for Ole anymore because he's not good enough, hey, I wash my hands are clean. But what I am saying is that I believe that this coach, and you want to talk about the stability when I bring, like Manchester is just like the United States. When Trump was president, the United States was in turmoil. Every day we're in the news. Biden now, I'm not saying Biden is doing a great job, but Biden has brought some stability to the United States. Like we're not hear ourselves in the news, we're not hear about woman this and we're not hear about none of them something there. The same thing with Manchester United. Ole has brought some stability to the, and if we never get 5-0 from Liverpool and then now City are tied with it would have been the conversations wouldn't be so loud. And I'm just saying the man has given us 3rd place, 2nd place, Europa League finals.
I agree.
What you call it? Carling Cup or whatever the cup one name semi-finals. The man has been making some steps. Give the man a chance.
Give him a chance.
Yeah, Jason Curlew right there, so. Jason Curlew rave about Manchester United finishing 2nd under Mourinho. Yeah. But under Ole, it's not good enough for him. You guys have a personal problem and now go fix that personally. Give the man until the summer and then we'll see what happens. We can evaluate then. All right. We can
so
get that conference.
Hold on. Give him. So you're saying that. So Kems, you're saying that give him until summer, right? So give him until summer to finish 10th in the league and out of Champions League. No Champions League qualification.
Levon, you really think Manchester United going to finish 10th with this team? Let's be real.
If Ole is the coach, it's going to happen. No going around that. Ole is a clueless.
We're going to come back here and we're going to talk about it. Manchester United with Ole will finish in the top 4. Comfortably in the top 4. But let's move on.
I remember you said that Liverpool not finish in the top 4, so you lose the credibility right there. So let's move on.
Well, we all get things wrong. Show me somebody who get 100% of them predictions right. Show me that personally. We all get stuff wrong.
The only thing I'll say in reference to players, you see Bruno, I rate you as a footballer, but I deserve a 2 before cross the 8 side because there's no way you're going to tell me about, Man City showed us that the levels that they are level way above us.
He's talking facts.
And then
wherever the man say.
And then the next clone Maguire come out and said that in that second half we didn't have the belief. Like what the hell?
Weekly apology, FC. Weekly apology, FC. Every week you come tell we apology. Every week.
The coach can't make changes and you don't believe. That's the point of making the changes.
What I'm saying is that what about Bruno? Why Bruno can't show up when him see Kevin De Bruyne? Me say him better than Kevin De Bruyne. Why him can't show up and show him that him at the same quality? Why? Are the coach cause that too? Show up. Why when him play against Chelsea him can't show? Why when him play against Liverpool and him see Salah and them man there, and you see them man there a show up? You show up too as a big star player. Show up. Yo.
Facts.
I don't know here. Ole. The players them show up. Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo pass a ball there. And Cristiano Ronaldo caused the second goal, all what Luke Shaw do, because of the foolishness so I'm doing at the middle of the park. Let me can point out crazy things what these players do. Only not talk about that. Ole, you don't want to sing pan. Give the players them some blame as well, man. But let's move on.
You see, the next time you come here with your Holy Spirit, I'm going to mute you for the entirety show. I don't want you Holy up on the show no more. Holy out and that's it. All right, next up, we're going we're going to talk about Crystal Palace who beat Wolves by 2 goals to 0. And boy, I don't know if this Southgate fella is on some hard drugs or whatnot, but there's no way you're going to pick Mason Mount who is carrying a, well, he said that is a wisdom tooth that is giving him problems. So I mean, Mason Mount isn't been playing in the football. Give them an time off. You can't tell me that you have a Conor Gallagher that is in such supreme form. Are you going to leave Conor Gallagher out of this team? And it's just a case that he called up Marcus Rashford and Luke Shaw, knowing that these guys are not fit. What happened? Both of them pulled out. And Demo, you're one that came here from before the season even started. You said that
Wait,
Conor
Rashford
Gallagher is
unfit?
going to have a wonderful season for Crystal. Go again?
Rashford is unfit? I know he pulled
Yeah,
out,
he
but
is
I never know
because
it was due to fitness.
yeah, all right. You know what, Ryan? He came on in the game against City on the back of not training Wednesday, not training Thursday, not training Friday. Yeah, the clone put him on in that game.
Oh, okay.
So Rashford
I
pulled
never
out
know
due
it
to
was.
fitness issues.
I never know that.
All right, so Demo, with your boy Conor Gallagher, because after frame as your boy playing so good right now. Boy, what do you thought about this Crystal Palace performance and also how he played?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, if people follow youth football, they would know that this guy has been immense from ever since, and he just needs time to express himself, and he just needs playing time to play. But obviously, in the Chelsea system, they have millions of youth players that they send out all over the world for get game time and stuff. And Gallagher, I think that he should come back now and he should command a place in that team. He was excellent for Crystal Palace again. And I know I think I predicted a draw for this game between them and Wolves. But he was just a standout. And Vieira has this team playing excellent football at the moment. Gallagher was dominating the midfield. I, I don't know. Wolves just never seem like them turn up ready for win the game, and Crystal Palace was on the front foot from straight away. And Zaha, do you know what Zaha does? I thought the goal was offside, but obviously with VAR, they got the goal and Zaha put them 1-0 up. And Gallagher did what he did. I mean, he's just very dominant in midfield. As for the call up for England, I don't know. Who them going to play? San Marino and some team. If Gallagher can't go play them international game there, I don't know when he might get called up, boss. Because San Marino and whoever the other team is some joke thing.
I'm eventually going to get him.
All right, so Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ryan is your player. What you thought of their performance and also him?
All right. First of all, next season Gallagher will be in and Barkley will be out. So Gallagher will have a place in that Chelsea squad. That and Tuchel alluded to that already happening, and he said that he will not touch bring him back for January. He let him stay out this season, so he will be back in the squad.
Yeah, that's good.
That West Brom loan was a bad loan. This one is a good loan move because this one Gallagher was a number 10, and he said that he wanted to add more defensive stability to his game.
Ryan, why you say it was a bad move though? Because he was a standout player for West Brom
but
as well.
in terms of the style of play and so forth, and they were having him playing all over the place and all of that. It never, even though he played very well for the team, I don't think it brought him to another level like how this PP loan is. So and youth football, Gallagher was in the under-17 team that won the Youth World Cup, but he was a bench player at the time. So Foden, Sancho, and those and
Brewster.
Brewster.
Okay.
Well, Brewster is a striker, so I'm not count him. Was ahead of him. And Emil Smith-Rowe was also in that team. So these guys know, some players develop different than others. So we all know that Foden and Sancho and Hudson-Odoi were the standout players at 17, 18-year-old. But when some players mature differently, and Gallagher is now moving to that level where he's catching up with his peers.
Exactly.
So this season is showing. I think he has graduated from the England under 21 setup, I'll say, because even the coach was basically saying, well, was alluding to that him think Gallagher better than the under 21 right now.
Him and Curtis Jones, yes.
It is a hard England senior team is a hard team to make right now. But he will get his time soon.
Big baller.
Okay, sir. Next up we saw Brentford taking on Norwich and Kems.
Hold on.
This is what Manchester United should.
Hold on, the general. Because me talk about Ole,
Shoot a shot.
I deserve no input for my Crystal Palace pick. Roll it, man. No worries, roll it. Brentford and Norwich.
All right. So, yeah, finally, Norwich got a win. And this is what United should have done after that City game. Norwich got the win, and immediately after the game, they sacked Daniel Farke. And I remember you saying that the moment they sack that manager, the moment you'll probably say, hey, they'll actually stay.
Back on the train now. I'm back on the Norwich train.
It seems like for some weird reason, Ryan Farmer, legend, is going to take over Norwich. And I mean, when you look at the prospect if you look on a different perspective on the scenario that was presented, he had the opportunity to take over Crystal Palace. He didn't because he thought that it was too much work. We're going to take over Norwich that is basically the foot of the table. Frank Lampard, he's the front runner right now for the Norwich job.
Lampard has been the front runner for many jobs and don't take them. This is not going
full. The media talk, man.
Lampard is the front runner. Lampard was the front runner for Celtic job. Lampard was the
Newcastle
front runner
job too. Newcastle job was the front runner for.
So
I think they have held meeting with him.
Dean Smith going to end up on Norwich.
Okay, but we're working with Lampard right now because he's selling as the bookie's favorite. So, Kims, they got the victory and immediately they sacked the man afterwards. What you have to say about that game? Because I remember Manningsman came here now. Manningsman said that he's sticking with Norwich this week again because at some point, laws of averages will actually take place, and it happened this time around. So, what do you say?
I try and pick now, which one I never pick them, you know. But check me out, right? This is what I think happened. I think Norwich made up their mind. I think Norwich front office made up their mind and say, hey, before the international break, we're going to fire this man. Irrespective of the result, he might go get fired before the international. Right after the match, before the international break, he's going to go. You understand me? And as I said, I've been saying it week in, week out. This man, if you know a coach who needs to go, it's this man. You know, this man needs to go. Not only this man, right? So with that being said, now, Norwich played a good game. I don't know what's going on with your Brentford team, but you know they're not looking as sharp as they once look at the start of the season. And you can tell me say it's early, but right now I see them sliding down the table. You know, they still play in the same shape, they still have the same culture, you know, they still do everything, but you know, they're not capitalizing on their chances and they're making some silly, simple mistakes around the back. You know, and Norwich definitely capitalize on that. You know, if you lose to Norwich, you know, and Norwich now going good, you know, that now really spell good for you as Brentford. And I think Manningsman said Norwich beat up Brentford down in the championship and so, you know. Yeah. So I'm glad they got rid of the coach. So, you know, right after the international break, good thing. Whichever interim coach are come in right now, you know, can work with the team in an international break. Something similar to what Crystal Palace do. I don't know who's going to be Norwich next opponent. Right? Hopefully it's a little small fry, you know, so you know, them can get a win and have 2 wins on the trump. But you know, I think this is brilliant news.
All right, so the next opponent will be Southampton.
Oh gosh, that's a W. That is a W. W for Norwich, on a book it, right? So I believe that Norwich now is going to start climbing because remember, Norwich fixtures were brutal. Liverpool, Chelsea, Leicester, Man City, it was just brutal. But no, the easy fixtures, the Southamptons of the world, the Brentfords of the world coming to town, and Norwich going to take them 3 points. So I definitely know back on the Norwich train, have Norwich staying up, and Brentford going down, down, down.
Mannings man, ask Kem's big
Mannings man,
coach.
Mannings man in the comment section wilding, and since I'm on about that, I'm just going to give a shout out to the people in the comment section. I just give out a few of the names that I see. I say Dale Francis jump out quick. I say Lataya, I say Jeff Entertainment, Tashika Wasom, Adrian Nicholson, Rash Cadillac. Even though Rash Cadillac is only here to tell Ole say Ole out and all of that. The Shamika Jackson, I say Ravi, as I say Michelle, I say Pepe Paul, Jason Curlew. Let's big up to everybody in the comment section. I say Kasim One JM, big up yourself. Cadlan, big up yourself. CMA Sports Channel, see as well. Jason Parks, big up yourself. And Kevin Bernard, Owen Green. Keep the comments coming, man. We're going to read them, man. Don't worry yourself. We're just trying to clear a few of the games out of the way first before we read some of the comments. Next up, we saw Brighton taking on Newcastle. And people thought that Brighton would have probably steamrolled them, but Newcastle found a little motivation knowing that their new manager was sitting in the box office, Eddie Howe. So they did something for him, actually got a point. No, with them getting a point. We look at that demo. How do you think that one will go for Newcastle? Because they've gotten in Eddie Howe and he's kind of accustomed to some of these players already in Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, and I'm forgetting one of those players. I'm going to forgetting one. Oh, Matt Ritchie. Yeah, that's the other player that I was forgetting. So with the appointment of him, what do you think they'll actually do?
Boss, like I told people, Eddie Howe is a top manager, top coach, and Newcastle have found the best manager to take over this job right now. He knows how to work with players who are not at the elite level as yet. He knows how to keep a team up, and obviously Bournemouth went down the last time he had his job, but he kept them up in the Premier League for like 5-6 seasons straight, however long it was. And he was working with Bournemouth from ever since them the Bush League and carried them all the way through all the all the leagues to the Premier League. So I think Eddie Howe is a top manager. He will do great and he will get obviously the best out of St. Maximin, and like how he did with Fraser at Bournemouth. So we expect to see the best out of St. Max coming up soon. As for the game, listen, everybody thought Brighton was, like you said, Brighton would mash up Newcastle. Trossard was playing really well. Lamptey, like everybody afraid for tackle Lamptey. He was just running rings around Matt Ritchie over that left and right hand side. And Lamptey was playing excellent. Obviously Lallana as well. And that penalty, I mean, it kind of soft for me, and I mean, you might say, him kick him foot and whatever, but it's a penalty. Trossard score, and Brighton got the lead that they deserve because they were on top for most of the game. And I think it was the second half, Hayden came and he found a goal as well. And at the end there, Brighton was kind of struggling to win the game because they got a player sent off and Dunk had to go in the goal. Oh, the keeper got sent off. And I thought that Wilson was going to score if he never kicked him down. And obviously, it was harder for them to get the goal after the keeper took him out. And Dunk had to go into the goal and, they were scrambling and stuff. But I thought it was a fair result for both teams and they get the draw and they move on.
Okay. In regards to Brighton, they started off the season well, but since then you see where they kind of just slipping down the table a bit because they've gotten games that they should have won, but for some reason or the other, they don't. So, Kims, we factor in that now. What has gone amiss for Brighton? Because as I said, these are games that they should have won, but they haven't. So, what has gone off with them?
Well, I believe for Brighton. I mean, I remember the first game of the season. It's like Brighton not good, and Demos and Norman, basically watch them play attractive football, and so, which they still do. But I believe one of Brighton's biggest deficiencies, and I think it'll always be, is their conversion. Their conversion in front of goal, I believe, is very poor. Against Man City, I think was it Man? No, it was Liverpool, right? It was Liverpool. Yeah, against Liverpool, they scored some goals, but against Newcastle, they got some chances that they should put away, and this is why I can't have this team, up there with the elites of the Premier League, because with the elites of the Premier League, you have to take some chances, probably the half chances. You have to go ahead and take it and execute, and I don't think Brighton did that, and I don't think they do it on a regular basis, especially against the teams that they're supposed to beat, the Newcastles, the Burnley. I think they drew. I think they drew with Burnley 0-0 or something like that. So the Arsenals of the world. I think they drew with Arsenal too. So I don't think Brighton really, when they run upon opponents when they oh, man, big up yourself, brother. But when they run up on opponents they're supposed to beat, I don't think they're clinical enough. And in this Premier League, where as much as me laugh off of certain players, all of these players are pros. All of these players are professionals. And if you go to the bank and you don't cash your check, then somebody is going to cash a check for you. So I believe that is what's happening with Brighton right now. And I believe teams are getting comfortable. The little honeymoon period gone. You know, things are stepping up and teams are getting better. And so if Brighton don't capitalize on the chances, they can find themselves 11, 12, 13th, around that place.
Dear players.
Ryan, hear what, Ryan? We look at Eddie's appointment at Newcastle, right? And I've seen people come out and they're saying that when I give a clown a big checkbook to work with, they're just going to spend, and spend. The reason why they refer to him as that is because he spent close to £50 million on Jordan Ibe and Dominic Solanke. So they're saying that whenever he gets the money, he doesn't make good signings. How do you counteract that? And do you think that they're probably over exaggerating, or it's a fair assessment?
Yeah, over exaggeration. Over exaggerating in the sense that all managers make bad signings. You make a signing with the intention for it to work, and for some reason they don't work. We only have that one example of Eddie Howe doing that, but we also have other examples of him working with nothing and using that to create a good team. So I won't use Iban Solanke against him because Solanke was coming from Liverpool and was expected to perform. I was also had that experience of being at a big club, and so you buy those players expecting them to perform, and it just did not work out that way. These things happen in football with every coach who get money, who buy big players or spend big on players, I should say. So it's going to be interesting now to see how Eddie Howe works with money, because we have seen him without money and what he can do. So it's going to be an interesting situation to see what he does with money. And the other thing about him and Newcastle, this Newcastle team is not an Eddie Howe team. They don't play good football. He tries to play good football. So I can see a lot of these players not staying, him getting rid of a lot of these players, because they play awful football. And I know the coach that I had prior to that was that type of coach. But if you look at the individual names as well, these players are not, most of them are not players that will play attractive football. So I don't see a lot of them lasting under him. So they will eventually leave in subsequent winters.
Okay. And the Dominic Solanke issue, right? If you look at it in hindsight, you could probably say that it wasn't a bad deal, because last season he played 42 matches, scored 15 goals and 8 assists in the championship. This season, he's on par to get way superior to that, because he has played 17 games in the championship so far, has scored 13 and has 1 assist. So he and Alexander Mitrovic, even though that's Mitrovic level, they're done their shooting out for the golden boot. So I mean,
yeah, but the thing with Chelsea rejects, or who turn Liverpool rejects, who get a chance at Premier League who go to Championship, and I'm talking Solanke and Brewster. They are World Cup winners at the youth level, golden boot winners at youth World Cups. But when they get the opportunity, not at the big level, they don't shine. I don't know what it is. They don't matriculate properly. Why they don't matriculate properly? But that is the reality with those two players. And I don't know if maybe it is that Championship is their level. Maybe.
Hey, I have a question, right?
All right, I hear you, but I don't.
And I was a big
Go ahead.
I was a big Solanke fan when he was a youth player at Chelsea.
I see. All right. So I have a question, right? As it relates to this Eddie Howe, and I guess Demo is probably the best person to answer because, I remember last season on Facebook. I mean, not last season, but the season, whichever season did a coach, bro. I remember when they got relegated, right? I remember Demo was one of them who was adamant that he wasn't going to get relegated, that he's a big coach and he'll have them staying up. Unfortunately, these things happen, so I won't hold that against him, right? But for example, like a Solanke right now, like I see that man I play some good football. I see that man I play some good football under Scott Parker. You understand me? I see him play some very good football. I score some goals under Scott Parker. So is Scott Parker a better coach than Eddie Howe? Or probably Demo. Anybody can answer, But I just think that
is Scott Parker a better coach than Klopp? Because
No.
Solanke was with Klopp for 2-3 years.
Was he playing as often as now?
He was playing, maybe not as often as now, but he was getting good enough games.
Not much though, Ryan. Come on.
No, he was getting more games.
Same.
He was getting more games than Ings,
But Kems, in regards to that Eddie Howe question, right? It's the same scenario like with at Liverpool, He wasn't played on a consistent basis. Guess he might get the hard game here and there, and he also struggled with injuries under Eddie Howe. Under this coach now, this coach has not even under this coach. I mean, the coach that was there before, because I believe it was Jonathan Woodgate or one of those guys who was coaching the team.
Yeah,
I don't quite remember, but they trusted him as the man to lead the line last season, and this season Scott Parker has unearthed a different side of him because some goals, let me say that man has scored on a board, he just have me a scratch made like so. And see the partnership with him and Philip Billing has struck up. Jeez, man, they're on the next level right now. And to be honest, he's a player. Go ahead.
I'm going to team your team days.
It looked like say even just like his football IQ, even like him football IQ looked to be at another level. And I don't know, I don't know what happened. Like it can be, some people just take a little bit longer to develop. Some people understand the game differently. Probably Scott Parker nurture him a different way. I really don't know what to attribute it to. But when I saw Solanke in the league, I thought that man was such a big bug. But when I watch a few little games done in a championship, I watch him movement. I watch, him move the ball, how him hold up ball, how him hold up play, how him get the midfielders. I say, hold on. I see him Solanke this. So again, it can probably just be from the fact say, him just now mature in what he really is or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but I just wanted just to ask that question.
Man playing at a lesser level, that's it.
All right.
It's the same thing we said about Brewster. It's the same thing I'm saying about Solanke.
Yeah, but there's a bigger difference though because Brewster is doing the championship and not doing anything. Solanke is doing something.
What Brewster just scored last game?
Yeah, last game. How much he has scored this season in comparison to Solanke?
All right, fine.
Okay. And I'm now going to move on to the game where this man was in the comment section creating a ruckus. This man said, producer, panelist, and host. I'm going to shoot on the show if we don't bring him on. I'm talking about the man from Mannings, not actually from Mannings, and that's Mannings, man. His Arsenal team got a 1-0 victory over Watford. And boy, Kems, I need to start call out some of these players more and more and more because since then, Emile Smith-Rowe has took his game to another level. And Mannings man is one happy fella because he's now currently His team is in 5th position on 20 points, and I remember at one point they were languishing in the 20th position. That time Tottenham was leading the league. Man United was 3rd.
That
How
was
the tides
after.
have
That
turned,
was
and they
after.
are now
That was
ahead of
after.
this team.
Come on, context is very important in these things. Like, let's not get carried away with this,
We don't, we
with
don't
this
care what you want
foolish
to say.
rhetoric
We don't
that
want to hear what
Arsenal
you
was in
want to say.
28. Like, let's not get carried away. Let's not be crazy with this. Like, it was 2 games. It was 2 games in the league. Like, what do you mean?
Three.
They act like say it's now we're
So yeah,
11 games
hold on.
gone
Are you the
and
Arsenal
they're in
fan?
28,
Are,
and then
are you
now
are you the
16
Arsenal
games
fan?
they're in 5th. Like, let us stop this. Let us stop this nonsense. Let's
Bosman,
stop.
hold on, Kims. Listen, Kims. I'm sure that you went to good school, so I know that you're taught not to interrupt someone when they're making a
True.
statement.
My mother
So
teach
I'm
me
sure
better
that
than
I
that.
was
That's true.
introducing Manning's exactly. So Manning's man, because of what this disrespectful fella just did, I'm just going to cut to the chase. Now your team is doing quite good. So what you have to say about them, man? Ben White, the $50 million man. The time I look like the $50 million man. So what you have to say?
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I mean, not on the panel, there are ladies in the comment section. That's who I'm referring to. But Mr. Ryan, good
Left.
evening, sir. Kems, good
Manners.
evening. Mr. Devo, good evening. And Mr. Levon, good evening. I must say that I have a serious challenge with sports frenzy. There has been a deliberate attempt in the last weeks for by Sports Frenzy to give me an official invitation on the match weekends where Arsenal win. Having looked at Arsenal results, the first 3 games of the season, I got links to join the show after the Arsenal game. But since we have been on a winning streak, they don't send me the link on Mondays anymore. I just want to ask why Mr. Josh Call is up. What kind of
All
nepotism?
right,
What
so
is
so so,
this?
so
Somebody
Josh Call
explain.
is not the one. Josh Call is not the one behind that. So listen, on behalf of Sports Frenzy, the producer and the host, it has come to a realization that probably a couple of weeks back, we have sent, I am sure, Sports and Manningsman the link up on Mondays. However, Manningsman has gone AWOL because Arsenal has either lost or drawn. So that is where we
La,
stop.
la,
Say, okay, if we send it
last,
3 weeks in a row and we don't see Manningsman, that's what happens. So yeah, that's the reason why.
do I look like a loser? You're just what?
Man,
Let me
man, it's simple enough. It's simple. When Arsenal wins, nobody watches Arsenal fan TV. So basically, it's
okay.
same thing.
Okay.
When
Yes.
Arsenal win, nobody
No,
can.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. That is true. That is true. But let me say, listen, I'm very happy for Arsenal. I think sometimes teams need to be patient. I think the truth is that Arsenal has shown some patience with Mikel Arteta because many wanted him to be fired. Whether or not he is a good coach or not is still to be determined. But you can see when a coach gets the player that he wants, what he's able to do. And that's one of the things I like about the Arsenal system now. That the role that Arteta is in, he was able to make the purchases. I think prior to this, a lot of the purchases were made by other people and given to Unai Emery. And that is, I think, a huge difference. I also believe that it's part of the Manchester United problem that there's other persons outside of Solskjaer who is making the decision as to who is purchased. Like I think Ronaldo was given to him. That's my humble opinion. I think like Van der Beek was given to him. All right,
Van
and
der Beek was a bailout. Ajax wanted money, and Van der Sar suggested him go there.
okay. So you understand me? I think sometimes when coaches are put in that position, the big coaches are the better coaches, are the coaches that are trusted. Any one of those words you want to use. they get to select the players. Obviously, somebody in recruitment over the years has not trusted Ole because he really gets to purchase the players. He gets players to use. And that is saying to
Not
me, man,
true.
okay, who are some of the players there now that
You
he
just you
that
just you just you just pointed out two players. You just pointed out two, you know. All right, listen.
let me
Most
give
of
you
the
one.
signings that has made by him, because I don't really want to talk. I don't really want to talk about that Ole fella again.
All
But
right, all right, let's move on.
Maguire, Sancho, and all those guys are has been his purchase. So
Sancho,
he has
I
gotten those players that he
you
wants.
think
Yeah.
you think he wanted well, he wanted Sancho. I believe that the board and the people at Manchester were going to buy Sancho, whether or not Ole wanted him or not.
No,
No, he
it's
wanted
him,
him.
man.
But
He
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 said it, man.
wanted
wanted
him.
him.
He
He
said it, man.
wanted
That
him. Okay.
he has quoted him for what, 2 years.
And he wanted Maguire too?
Yes.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
Maguire was because they thought Koulibaly was 100 million.
Nope. They
No,
wanted
no, he
Maguire.
wanted Maguire.
He wanted Maguire.
All right, fine. All right. But what I like with Klopp is that Klopp was given autonomy to select his players. Tuchel in Chelsea, the same thing. These guys get the opportunity. You don't see players being thrown on them and say, play this player. And I think there's a bigger problem outside of Ole with Manchester United. And I think that's something that needs to be looked at, right? But again, Arsenal is doing well. I think Ben White, I mean, many people said that it was a waste of time. He's not a 50 million defender. Listen, the guy is still young. He's still a young guy. And he's going to grow. He's going to get better. Arsenal has one of the youngest teams in the Premier League. Don't know if you're aware of that. Very, very young crop of players.
You told us before.
Yeah, I think, yeah, man, I have to big up Manchester United. You know, after everything I can do to keep Ole in, I will. You understand me? So I talk about them. I'm 100% supporter of Ole. I want him to stay. I don't have to mention. All I have to do is to keep Ole in the job, and I'm all right.
So let me ask you, man.
If Ole is in the job, Arsenal will be okay.
I agree.
Man, when Arsenal playing against United again?
When? Well, I can tell you that you have not beaten.
No, I never asked you that. I asked when we're playing. When is the fixture this season?
I don't even go that far. Like around 4 games from now, because we have Liverpool, Everton, Newcastle, and then Manchester, I believe.
Out of those four games I have,
Yeah,
that look like 4 game 3 points.
that's cool. You could go 4 games, 0 points. So at least
Oh, Lord of mercy.
I'll be better after you. But I think like the team, I see even Aubameyang working harder. I mean, I think you can tell that he's not the most intelligent footballer. His awareness, he can score a goal, but his awareness, his IQ, I think his football IQ is not as high as it ought to be by some of the decisions that he generally makes on the field. But the team is looking well. I still don't believe Arsenal is more than in their present way, more than a fifth, fourth place team. Right? That's where I see them. If they finish above fifth, I would be surprised this season. I still think Arteta needs some time to fully construct his team and to get his ideology with the team. So I still could see us finishing fifth, which I think could be good based on the 8th place finish that they had last season. And that's step one. Probably get back into Europa League and then build the squad from there. But the Kroenke has come in and said that they're going to give, I think, close to $100 million in January to strengthen the team. And they're not going to sell it. They came out, and Josh Kroenke came out and said, listen, we're just getting started. And they're going to give major investment again in January. I don't know if you know this, but Arsenal spent the most money in all of Europe over the summer, $150 million. No other club in the entire Europe spent that amount of money. And they're going to spend close to 100 million. So if they do that, we could finish in the top 4. So kudos to Arsenal.
So question, Sir Mannings, man. Can I ask you a question?
Of course, definitely.
Just specifically to the game, because a lot of people told me that, Sarr this big ball and you have to watch out for Sarr. And I told you that he's Usain Bolt in boots for me, see? So to the game, how was Sarr playing? Because I didn't watch the game, you know. So Sarr and that controversial goal for me, because I saw the highlights that somebody was on the ground, the man never kick out, Arsenal never kick out the ball and all of this stuff. What happened? And then Smith Rowe go and score.
All right.
What happened for that for you?
So nothing but number one, the non-player is obligated to kick no ball out when no one is on the ground.
Unless it's a head injury.
And even if it's a head injury, there's no rule in FIFA books or law or footballing rule that a player need to play the ball out. It is the referee's job to stop the game if he deems the injury anything. As the people call it good sportsmanship. There's no good sportsmanship, because if I am going to score and you stop me, that is bad sportsmanship. So in football, there cannot be any good sportsmanship.
Okay, so nothing wrong with the goal for you. It was a
absolutely beautiful goal, well tucked away. Well tucked away.
I remember this.
Well tucked away.
No
And-
ball,
problem.
you know.
and
The man was not fouled. He fell down.
so
He was not fouled.
I'm
Was
just
it a
asking.
foul?
No.
All right. Was it a foul?
I mean, it could have been given a foul. The two man them collide and him drop down. I'm just asking, you know, man.
Yeah, exactly. They collided and he dropped down. He wasn't fouled. He dropped down.
Yeah,
That
but
is the problem. He wasn't fouled.
Yeah, but he was on the ground for a long while,
Yeah,
and
that-
I'm
that-
All right, let
saying,
me ask you a question. If you're going to score a goal and I see that you're going to score and I drop down on the field, you're going to turn back?
no, but may I say, man is man. It's not
I'm
about
asking you a
me, you know.
question.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's not
asking you a
about.
question.
It's not
You
about
and I
me.
we are opponents. You're playing for Liverpool. I'm playing for Arsenal.
Man is man. Just remember asking.
Hold on a man. You are
Facts.
going to score a goal. Hold on.
Facts,
You are going
Kasim
to score a
Wanjin.
goal.
That is
I am
facts.
this. Right? You are going to score. Right? My center forward drops down. Just see you're going to score and just drop on the ground. Are you going to turn the ball and kick it outside?
Yeah, but him never just-
going to score.
Him never just drop on the ground.
Of course, he just dropped on the ground. You didn't
No,
see.
the two players collided.
Yeah,
If something happened for him drop.
That didn't
So
mean
I'm saying to you, I'm just ask if
It
you
was not a
believe in.
foul.
I'm just asking you personally, man. Do you believe in good sportsmanship? That's what me I ask. That's all I want.
If-
You
if
believe
it is-
in?
Let me tell you what is good sportsmanship. If it is good sportsmanship and I'm on 99 and I hit the ball in the air, don't catch me.
that is completely different, boss.
What is it? That's good
I'm saying
sportsmanship.
in football, a lot of teams have put
What
has
is good sportsmanship?
wait, no,
in
all me I
football?
say a lot of teams has put the ball out when them see the opponent down. Like all throughout football.
Not in a goal scoring. Not in a goal scoring.
Yeah, of
situation.
course it's
No.
happening. That's happening a lot of teams.
You have seen a man going to score a goal?
Yes.
Goal scoring position.
Like, hold on, it was like about 10 seconds before the player could have even done enough for Smith Rowe get the ball and then go score. You know? It never just like him lose the ball and it score. Like they had to go through an
Listen, I want to put
yes.
up.
Anyway, I
shit.
didn't say a fault to be honest with you. So
There was no foul. The man just listen. It was a head-on collision. There was not. Listen, the guy get up immediately and run to the referee. Nothing was wrong with him.
Man, it's my way I attack me for. I just ask boss. Me never
Because
say if
you're
it's a
telling
foul
me-
or not.
you're
No, me
telling me-
ask
listen.
you.
Is it right for a person to be on 99 and play a poor shot and you catch him and deny him the opportunity to make 100?
If it's right, yes,
Man-
you want to take the
man is
wicket.
Or is that good sportsmanship? Why you could, if it is good sportsmanship, why you depriving
Man,
me
that's
of making 100?
totally
That's false
that's
equivalent.
All right,
different.
that's a false
Come on.
equivalent.
That's different, man.
That's a false equivalent. But I agree with management that the incident was not a foul. I did not see a foul.
Yeah, that's fine, and we can agree for that. That's fine. I just want to ask management if he believes that. I just ask.
Management believe in a sportsmanship if it affects Arsenal. If it doesn't, play a ball.
That's why I'm saying to you, there's no sportsmanship, because when it benefits you, listen, you can imagine if Salah, that ball barely went out of the field, if you think Salah is going to stop, if Salah knows that the ball go outside, you think he's going to stop? Let me ask you, Demo. The ball
All right,
goes over the line.
listen what else I said though.
Yeah.
what I'll say is that as far as I'm concerned, I'm in agreement with Manningsman and what Shakes has said. As long as it's not an head injury or something that you probably deem as life-threatening, continue play. Allow the referee to make the call and say he's going to stop play, but as long as the referee don't call, continue play ball.
Yeah, remember the coaches always tell you don't play referee, you know.
Listen,
So why you won't take it upon yourself to kick a ball when nothing barely happened to anybody?
this idea that there's good sportsmanship
It's
is
just like when you're attacking, you know.
It's not nonsense.
It's just like
not
when you're
nonsense.
attacking, right?
It's,
And
it's nonsense
Ryan,
because it only
you didn't say it
applies.
multiple times, right?
Oh, sorry.
Right, man.
Him delayed
No.
in the Mannings, man.
No,
So yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so it cannot if it's good sportsmanship. Let me say it again. There are a couple of things that need to happen. You cannot be saying that I need to show you good sportsmanship. When the ball goes out for a throw, you go 5 steps ahead of where it's taken, and then you want good. There's no good sportsmanship in football now, because when a throw is taken, you take advantage of the position, and then when you fall down, you want me to stop.
All right, man. But
There's no good sportsmanship.
we'll agree to this.
If the ball listen, when the ball hits your hand, you celebrate the goal unless they call it back. You don't turn to the referee and say handball. Don't call the goal.
Who don't do that?
Tell me the last player to tell the referee that.
Mane never did that.
Did Mane do that? Did Mane do that?
Hold on. Me do that to him. As in when I play corner league, me do that to him.
That is why you play corner league and not Premier League.
Last week, Mane never did that. Last week, Mane celebrate.
Yeah, anyway, I'm just there to ask a question, man. It's fine.
All right, let's move on. So good win by your Mannings, and you keep on going up and up. You're now in what, 5th and 20 points, so 6 points off the top. Good going by your team. Next up was Leeds taking on Leicester, and that game ended 1-0. What was surprising about this game, though, was that Leeds was absolutely bossing possession for a majority of that first half. It was kind of surprising somewhat. But
Really?
we look at this one. Yeah, somewhat.
Yes,
Kim, look at this one. Why you thought about it?
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Kims.
So, I come in like a broken record right now because I say, when Rafinha playing that side, I remember last season it was Bamford, but when Rafinha playing that side, the man just give the side a different bounce. Is I know soul's music I play, a hardcore dance I play when Rafinha dip on the pitch. He's just on there, and the free kick when him score, thing Schmeichel could have probably do a little bit of a better job, but good free kick nonetheless. This is a game I believe that Leeds deserve to win. I believe that Leeds played a better football for majority of the game. Leicester, I think it was Manningsman who come and say, okay, Leicester will play one good game, then one bad game. One good game, one bad game. But I think the last game was a bad game, and this game they follow up with a bad game. I don't know what it was. The brother was named Lookman. The brother was named Lookman with the shaky name. I think he's a good footballer, but him just never have him imprint on the game. Vardy neither never have him imprint on the game. Tielemans get a chance the way you expect him to put away that chance, but all in all, I think Leicester look out of sorts. This is probably one of the first games the Leeds play, probably because we don't really watch every single game, but this is one of the first games I see Leeds play where Leeds did actually look like Leeds. One touch passing, pass and move, quick passing, get into spaces, play on the wings. One touch and those quick movements. This is one of the games I'm saying Leeds play where Leeds look like last season Leeds. Leicester, Leicester too roller coaster, consistently inconsistent. And that Levon saying would I take Brendan Rodgers over, so I don't think so. I don't. I have to agree with Demo on this one.
Man, but that's not going to change my opinion.
I know.
I still want Rodgers over.
But just I make. Boss, and every comment we make, you have to respond to it. just make some comment, go on. But I see, Demo always come on here and beat Rogers and call him Dodgers and so. And, in that game, that was a game where managerial experience should have shown.
Famous
And
Kenny
This is the guy that I
Rogers.
mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
probably Benny Rogers or something, but he wasn't good in that game because even halftime, coming out of the halftime, I didn't see any changes with Leicester. I see Leeds come out and still bossing them. I see Leicester still playing the same way, So I think Leeds should have won, but I guess the 1-1 result was fair at the end of the day.
All right, and as you said, it was a good result for Leeds somewhat. Leicester not so, but they take it and they move on. Now we saw Everton taking on Tottenham, and boy, it was a wacky game. Man. To be honest, I never liked this game. It was a stalemate. It was boring. Tottenham never had a shot on target, and Everton was just as awful as them. No, Ryan, your boy Dan Conte.
Whew.
What you have to say about that one,
About who?
Conte.
Mr. Antonio Conte?
What am I supposed to say about him? I don't know. He's
The game itself, boss.
All right.
Ryan,
And I have
what
nothing
is
to
this?
say.
no, you said Conte. You asked me about Conte, no? I don't know if you want me to talk about Conte. I don't know if
And
you
I'm
want me to
talking
say
about
Conte, sir.
okay.
I don't
What
know
you
if you
thought
want me
about
to
it? What you thought about his first
Conte
game
is
in
a
charge?
traitor for going to Tottenham. I don't know if that you want me to say. But the game itself, nothing special. It's basically what I will be expecting from Conte going forward in terms of a back three slash back five, and he will try to use the front players to score the goals. Oliver Skip, though, I can say had a good game. I think he's one of the type of players that Conte would like. The workhorse kind of players, the kind of player that Conte himself was. Those are the type of players he will like and will strive on the system. So, yeah, it wasn't anything special of a game. Everton didn't do much in attack either. They still don't get back Calvert-Lewin yet. So until such time, then their attack will be always hit and miss. Nothing special. We'll move on.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So I don't want to hear it's only 2 games in chat. I don't want to hear none of that. Because when it was Nuno not even get half game, and then already say Nuno out. So I don't want to hear none of that, right? So I was watching this game with the expectation to see what the rave about Conte was about. Oh, I want Conte over here. I want Conte over. Oh, Conte is going to change this in Tottenham. And I have never seen in a Nuno time, I've never seen Tottenham play a game as despicable as that game versus Everton. They were absolutely atrocious. And if you want to,
You never watch the Chelsea game and Tottenham game. You never watch the Man U and Tottenham game. You miss those games.
Hold on. Did you watch Arsenal versus Tottenham?
Him never see
Arsenal
that. Him
versus
never see that.
Tottenham.
no,
Yeah.
so the Tottenham versus United. No, the Tottenham versus
No,
United.
Arsenal.
Huh?
Huh?
Who?
Arsenal versus Tottenham.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is that I hear that when a team get a new manager in the locker room, they're supposed to come out to that spark. They're supposed to be good. And I talk about in-game management was poor. Out of the halftime was poor. Start of the game was poor. Finishing the game was poor. Conte looked like a D- manager. And I'm saying, okay, you can say it's only one Premier League game, but I'm coming up against this Everton team. You don't want to. Nuno would have won this game. They can put me all span it. Nuno would have won this game. These are games Nuno grind out a result.
A regular, you put your horse on line, so you have a good track record with that, so don't do it.
Kev, so I understand you're here making a point for Ole because you never want Conte at Man U. We know what
Oh my God. Good night, guys. That's all I was waiting to see at the end, Ryan.
No,
That this man
honestly,
is here bashing Conte,
Manchester United,
just because he wants to prove a point that, listen, Antonio Conte, yeah, I'm listening keenly to the words that he's saying, and all he's trying to infer is that, guess what? What's the point in us raving about Antonio Conte? If he came to Man U, nothing would happen.
Well, let me say this. If Klopp was coaching Tottenham have a shot on target. If Pep was coaching Tottenham have a shot on target. Hey, when Chelsea coach Tuchel, when he take over the first game, he never need to get him foot wet. He touched the ground running. So
can I just say something to you, Kims?
Yes, sir.
This game is Conte's first game, right?
Second game as Tottenham manager, first game in the EPL.
It's just a quick point. This is Tottenham's third game without a shot on target. So Nuno had 2 of those games without them having a shot on target.
Okay.
And when you say and the point that you were making, Kems, about this is the type of game that Nuno grind out a result, that's actually a false statement.
How is it?
Because that is exactly why it's not just the big games that him lose, why he's gone, is the fact that he could not beat the weaker teams. They were literally doing nothing on the field of play. Why he's gone.
Remember Nuno. I think Nuno went. What did he? I don't remember exactly. I think he went undefeated in the month of October. I think so.
You mean
August? 3-1 nils. No,
I think he went I think he went undefeated 3-1 nils again. Those are the results.
Yeah, man, that was August.
I'm sorry.
So Ken.
That was August.
No. I think October he went undefeated. I believe so.
August, boss. August. Remember Tottenham, they were at the top of the EPL.
Oh, in August.
Remember Tottenham, they were at 9 points, and Arsenal, they were just coming up from the championship.
Yes. You're correct. Yeah. Where are some Mannings, man?
No, there's so much to say because the man said Arsenal were coming up from there. But Kems, like sometimes I wonder if you really mean what you say, or you really just providing like entertainment. So I need to know that. No, see, I need to know if you're really serious. Or
if I'm serious about what exactly, I don't come on this platform to be Ronald McDonald in a bossy. I come on this platform for be the voice of reason, because one too subjective to one answer, brother. Like when you tell me say Conte is a big top manager, okay, I'll take. All right, I'll take it.
All right, let me ask you this: is Conte a better manager than Nuno?
If he's a better manager than Nuno,
why you have to repeat the question?
I want to ensure that I'm having a hard time hearing. I want to ensure I heard you well.
But you repeated the question perfectly.
Yeah, so then clearly I heard well, right?
So just answer it.
All right, so you say if Conte is a better manager than
you might repeat the question again. Repeat
on the face of it, yes.
Listen, man, let me tell you something. Earlier in October, Kems came on and said that Brendan Rodgers and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have the same grade. Him give the two managers the same grade.
Now, right
He's only a madman.
Right now, Brendan Rodgers is a C+,
Listen, hold on. I don't care what grade you give.
But
Brendan. But there's no way. Listen, you see in GCE.
Are we ever going to get to this Liverpool game?
In GCE, Kems, let me teach you something.
Ask me a question and you manage to take it over.
No, man, me just say something. Mannings, man, may I tell you something, Right? A Mannings man. Listen, you run subjectivity on this program like crazy, Kems.
I'm the voice of reason and the voice of objectivity. I'm always objective on this program.
As I was saying, Mannings, man. So, you see, even if him want to give Rodgers a low grade, you see, like how in GCE AdMats, they have a term called ungraded. Ole would get ungraded because there's no way he can be graded. None.
All right, Mr. Host, I just have something to say really quickly, Mr. Host. Mr. Host, I really wanted to take control of this Ole talk. Like we cannot talk about Ole so much time. Like the Manchester United section already gone from morning. Like we can't continue to talk about this man. Like we're fascinated with this man. Like come on now, man. Like we're talking about Kante. Let's stick to the point. We're not tell me about Ole, but we already talked about Ole a long time.
Okay, next question, Kims. Right now in the Premier League, tell me 5 managers that are better than Conte in the Premier League now.
In the
5.
Premier League right now, 5 managers that are better than Conte?
Yes. There are 20 clubs in the Premier League. Give me 5 that are better than him.
Pep.
1.
No doubt. Klopp. No doubt. Nobody would fight against that. Right now, Chelsea manager Tuchel. Nobody will fight against that. That's 3.
Say Harry Potter.
I don't want to call him name, and I don't want this program exploding. I don't want.
I think we should continue because you can't even fight. Yes, so you have to. You can't fight. So you can't be saying what you're saying about him coming in and talking because you you struggle to find other coaches in the league better than him.
All right, Mannings man. Okay, let me be serious on Mannings man. I'm not saying that.
Oh, so I did ask if you were joking, you know.
Mannings man.
You tell me, you give me this long dialogue about how you are. You provide objectivity and you're the voice of reason. And then you can come and tell me that let's get serious now. Right.
Well done, Mannings man. Call him out. Call out Kim.
Mannings man. I just expected the man to do a better job. The way all people on this program was raving about Conte, I expected a better performance. That's all I'm saying. I just expected better.
What I will say about this game is that I thought that the penalty decision that Richarlison, I thought it was a penalty. Even though Lloris got some of the ball, he took Richarlison out, and I thought that should have been a penalty to Everton. So apart from that, nothing else never really happened in that game.
Agreed. Good. Agreed.
But Mannings man, quick question to you, Mannings man. Before I came on the show, did you met with Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson? Which one?
I missed that one. That one went over my head. I'm not sure.
You jumped. You're showing some job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, some good job.
Which jobs him throwing? Yo, let's go to Liverpool game.
Yeah, knockout. That's how
someone. Listen, Kems.
Kems, you get beat up every week.
Right. I was just going to tell him that his response is someone that is actually on the defensive. So I never really expected anything different.
Let's move on
to the final game of the week.
Jesus
the final game of
Christ.
the weekend where it was entertaining, and I absolutely loved it. As I love it, I mean that I loved it, man. First up, boy, Alisson with a flopper. Then
Alisson with a what?
The game. He flopped with that one.
Bro, that's a foul, bro. But anyway, continue.
See, so this is the reason why you want to rush the program to Liverpool, for you to just give us this long barrage of excuses.
Hold on, let me ask. Who did the foul?
May the host lead up the thing and then we can go to
Then Trent Alexander-Arnold scored a very good goal. We have seen this free kick routine being run quite often nowadays. Remember Anthony Cruz did it in the World Cup. But he did well on the offensive side, but Trent was poor defensively. And then West Ham did what I wanted them to do, because it's something that I always have a problem with when it comes on to Moyes. Moyes always tend to play like a little pup when it comes on to big teams. But this time around, I was saying that why don't attack Liverpool? Because you have the players to do it. So why sit back? And he did attack Liverpool somewhat, and they got 2 goals from it. Good win by West Ham, and I loved every bit of it. To be honest, I enjoyed that game yesterday. But this Liverpool man seems like he has wrote down like a whole 2-3 pages of excuses, so I'm not going to hand over the show to him. But to the fellow analysts, prepare to give him some punches whenever I'm talking in nonsense.
hold on. So
No,
anybody
let it finish.
no, anybody wants to say nothing, get it out of them chest from now because me can't go take people that interrupt me and ask me no nonsense. See,
All right,
so,
let me start.
So-
Why you guys gone to nonsense? Like,
So-
I think we should allow you to speak because I think you are about to come out with this. Because no, but seriously, the man going to declare that we should
No.
talk first because we're going to ask him nonsense.
No, because me know Kim stay. I me
Oh,
know.
so you're talking about Kems, not the rest of us.
Listen,
All right. So
listen,
anyway,
listen though, coming from the host said, Dean, what's the Dean? You're going to talk, and I'm going to have the guys counter your foolishness because I know that you have a lot of it to cover.
yeah, well, it's all your opinion and your team. So anyway, first of all, as you can see in my brackets there, favoritism beat it today. Well, whenever the game was, because me really try just block this game out of my mind. I think that I don't expect us to win every game. I don't expect us to go invincible. I expect us to lose games and I expect us to drop points here and there. What I don't expect is Jurgen Klopp to continue play people that's out of form, that he's continuously keep on doing over and over and over. Rings the same players them over and over and over and don't expect burnout. Andy Robertson, best left back in the world, easily clear off everybody else. But clearly, the man is off form, not playing any football right now. Just came back from injury the other day, and as soon as him come back, Tsimikas get out of the team, and Roberts will come back for play against Chelsea. Let me just give you the stats of Tsimikas when he's played for us. 6 games, 6 clean sheets, 2 assists. We not concede when the man play. But somehow, whenever Tsimikas is in the team and playing well, once Robertson fit, him have to play. It no matter how bad him play, him have to play, right? So that's the first thing when I see the lineup come out, for me, that was horrible. I came on the show and I said to you guys that the midfield was going to be a problem for us because Fabinho is just coming back from injury. We lost a whole bag of midfield options, especially defensive wise in terms of Milner, and these guys who solidified the midfield. Fabinho just come back, Thiago just come back, and we have to use Axe and Henderson. All throughout that game, West Ham counter-attacked us. So people are going to come and say how they attack. Like, West Ham never do nothing but counter-attack us. Yeah, we dominated the game as usual. We dominated possession. We created a lot of chances. And we just never took a lot of our chances that we got. Yeah, that's fine. This referee, because may I get to him right now, from that goal went in, Agbana block Alisson hand for punch the ball. We're 9 out of 10 times throughout this league that is going to be called a foul. You decide, say, this is not a foul. VAR review the thing, it is not a foul. When Alisson go punch the ball and Agbana and block the man hand from punching the ball, how is that not a foul? It makes no sense. That's the first thing will happen. Zine, and from that, I know say the game there go wrong. We start play again. We go down after the man them get the teeth in goal. We went down. Cresswell foot touched the ball and a high foot in a Robert Henderson foot. High boots. And you're going to tell me the man not even get a yellow card. And you're going to say just because him foot touched the ball, him can't get a red card. Nonsense again. And all throughout the game, the referee do some nonsense. Yeah? I'm going to say, all right, fine. Go ahead. The best right back in the world step up for a free kick that we get. And he does what he does. He buries the free kick and we move. Yeah? And people are going to come out and say, Trent was horrible defensively. Trent made one defensive error in that game and it's for the Zuma goal. Where you watch the man just come from behind and score. That's it. One defensive error. We were playing a high line all throughout the game, especially when we were chasing the goal. And that's how these guys were trying to counter us. And that's how they were getting the goal. Alisson, he was horrible for the second goal that Fornal scores because you should have saved that. And obviously Trent was liable for the Zuma goal. So for me, like I said earlier, I expect to lose games. I expect to drop points. But referee and VAR need to do better in these games. And obviously Origi come on and him get him goal as well. Another player who plays people who out of form consistently and don't give Origi a chance to do nothing. When the man have our second best game to goal ratio when he plays. Yeah? Klopp continues to play. Firmino when him out of form, or Jota when him out of form, nobody plays Origi when him even forget to try to do something in the game. Now, 10 minutes left in the game, you need a goal, you just fling him on, you fling on Mino, and stuff like that. So for me, we take it, we move on, we lose, we never expect to go unbeaten for the league, and then we'll just go on to the next game.
All right, so gentle folks, you have heard this guy with his long bag of excuses, as I thought, right? So, Ryan, first up, was that a foul on the goalie?
I watched it more than one time. I saw at one point Antonio and Alisson were together. Then Antonio pull off. And then I see them blaming Ogbonna. I am still looking for the foul and still can't find it. So no, not a foul from Ogbonna. Anything else? Alisson, the second goal, I understand why you would blame Alisson for it, but sometimes those kind of shots do score, especially when they are hit with such power. But I can understand you blaming Alisson for that goal. The Zuma goal, Trent should have come around. Trent stood for the entirety of the play. He should have come inside and try to prevent Zuma running onto that late ball and scoring that goal. So I would put that. I see them saying Mane was also liable. I think Trent was more liable.
Yeah, because Mane gave the ball.
Yeah, but I think Trent was more liable still because of the fact that he could have come around and he decided to stand there watching. Van Dijk, though, played very well in defense.
Excellent.
Antonio was trying to isolate him one-on-one.
Mane never interrupted.
Huh?
The aim was to interrupt the man. The man never interrupted.
Oh, give me a talk. Yeah, man. So Antonio had him isolated one-on-one a few times, and Van Dijk stood with him, block his shots, block his crossing opportunities. Van Dijk was not the reason for any of the 3 goals yesterday. So he played very well for me. Declan Rice, you see, I remember a few seasons ago when Fabinho was the best DM in the league, was doing all kind of something, and he got his plaudits. Rodri, the same thing. City won the league. Rodri got his plaudits, but when it comes to an English player, me here say them overrated. Spaniard got his plaudits, a Brazilian getting plaudits, but England, you're an English player, you're overrated. So I see what is going on with that. He has been the best midfielder this season, if not one of the best in the league. And you have to give people credit where credit is due. Moyes is coaching. I'm glad what Levon said in terms of Moyes and his coaching ability. When he comes up against the big teams, he tends to sit back and try to win a point or whatever. But this time he decided to go at them and it paid off for him. So I give Moyes credit for going at Liverpool. And it goes to show that some of the times when you realize a team have liability, you attack them based on that. And I've seen many times, as Levon has alluded to, where Moyes tend not to go at the bigger teams. When doing so, you can get these kind of results. So good for Moyes on doing that.
Yeah. And another point to add to that, Ryan, he's also beaten City this season as well. Because remember that he was the one that actually knocked them out of the Carabao Cup. So that is 2 big teams.
Yeah, that was on penalties. So
still beat him, still count as a win. Still beat them, still count as a win. So we have to call it as it is.
Yeah, fair.
But Mannings, you heard Demo talking about referee was refereeing against Liverpool from he saw one call and all of that and what have you not. What do you have to say about this game? Because I don't agree with what he said, you know. I don't. So what say you?
I deduce from Demo's argument that while he was asking me about the Arsenal game and the foul kick, he was hoping that probably outside with him, then he would just trap me perfectly. But I am, you realize that's what he was trying to do. Get us to agree with him in the Arsenal game. So when we get to the Liverpool game, we'd bring up an argument. Let me remind Demo that recently there was a game where James Miller should have been red carded, and he stayed on. The referee did not give him the second card, and Klopp actually substituted him because Klopp knew that
was the City game. That was the City
The
game.
City game, yeah.
All right,
So can I remind you that I came on here and said Miller should have gotten sent off?
So
So what problem?
Will you make me make my point?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Here's what happened in football. There was a game when the card was not given against Liverpool. So it is okay, Demo, for a card to not be given in this game. You cannot complain. So that forget about that, because it benefited you in the City game. This time it didn't. That has nothing to do with the end result, because then we'd have to go back to the City game and reverse things. All right, so here's my question to you. Did Liverpool play better than West Ham?
You want me for answer or you rhetorical?
No, man, I'm asking you a question.
Oh, I thought we were the better team, yeah. Yeah, we were the better team. The man them scored from 2 corner and 1 counter.
I never asked you how they scored.
You're wicked.
I never asked you the goal, because how the goals are scored has nothing to do with who played better.
Wait. So you asked me and True, me not agree with what you say.
No,
but me tell you say, yeah, we were the better team.
All right, so fine. Okay, all right. So let's get to the goal where you said the keeper was manhandled.
No, not manhandled. The man blocked him hand from punching the ball. The hand that was punching the ball, and Agbana hand blocked him hand from punching the ball.
So you believe that Agbana went up there intentionally, put his hand to block the man from punching the ball?
I don't know if him intentionally do it or not, but he did it.
But Dimo, if you can't determine that, how the referee going to determine it to give it a foul?
Wait. Fouls have to be intentional for it be a foul?
In that case, because wasn't he making a deliberate attempt to get the ball as well?
With him hand? The man hand them way up here, so when the man go punch the ball.
No. When you leap, Demo, to head the ball, right? I am saying to you, as part of his action, why couldn't the referee deem that what he was doing was a necessary action in trying to head the ball? Therefore, there was no intention to first make contact with the keeper. It was the keeper who made contact with him.
Okay, but whether I mean it or not, the hand that was punching the ball was blocked by the man.
Listen what I'm saying. If the keeper is the person who made contact with the player, in that instance, how can you give it a foul on the player, against the player?
Because 9 out of 10 times that happened in the league. As you touch the keeper is a foul. What the difference with that one here?
And many of us have been
clearer than a lot of them.
Demo, haven't we all agreed that many times when the keepers go up and you see they give foul, many of us agree that many times it's no foul.
Yes, but we're no business. We are just analysts on a computer. The league gives that 9 out of 10 times. The man them who sit down and make the call.
So this is the one time, Demo, that they chose not to. Where you're complaining.
And my point is, after that, the tone was set. The red card was for good to Henderson, with Cresswell stepping on the man's foot, and then a lot of calls throughout the game. That's what I'm saying. That set the tone for everything through the rest of the game. That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead, Shakes.
Mannings, man, I don't agree with you, right? Because the point that you just raised about the player leaping and leading it's the arm, because the arm that the elbow is connected to, right? If you leap like that, X out the goalkeeper, put another defender there. If you leap like that and your hand hits the other player, it's going to be called a foul. That call in the game should have been called a foul. The only problem that I had with it is that Alisson was preoccupied with Antonio. So you see, in terms of the leap that he did versus the leap that Alisson did, so we're talking about the leap that Ogbonna did versus the leap that Alisson did. Alisson's leap was not high enough to warrant it in the referee's eyes or VAR, right, for them to actually review the play, because Alisson was basically half-hearted in the challenge, right? So you see if Antonio wasn't there and he had gone up, yes, probably the ref would have called it, but 9 times out of 10, that is a foul. And nobody can debate that, because as I said, put another defender there and leap like that, and the man had, even if the man elbow just grazed the man eyebrow or him eyelash, they are going to call that a foul.
All right, brilliant point, Shakes. All right, so here's my counter to Dimozo. I've watched Arsenal being criticized. Oh, you're so soft. Troy Deeney. Hit down goalkeeper, hit down defender, score. Oh, this no foul. Your defenders are too soft. Here's my thing. Where were your big, tall defenders in all of this?
You want me for answer?
Were your defenders fouled? Why they couldn't block him out?
Like, me feel like me talk to a boss. All I'm saying to you guys, I'm a phone team, I'm not gonna disagree. It's fine. All I'm saying to you guys, this have nothing to do with no defender. The ball was coming straight to Alisson. The man is going to punch the ball, and because the man hand put him there, him come like this. And the man hand never get to punch the ball.
Manning's man. That point that you just raised just a while ago is irrelevant.
All right. Tell me, ask Demo the second question. What I want to ask. Demo, who created the more clear-cut chances in the game, in your opinion?
Liverpool. We had 5 shots on target, clear. Sadio, we played so garbage according to you, and we still could have drawn the game.
Did I say?
No.
Demo,
not you.
Well, you said
but I know you alone upon the panel. Well, I know. I'm saying to you,
Sadio
Mane at the end.
Demo, nobody said that I'm the only person to have responded. Ryan and I are only 2 persons to have responded to you thus far.
Fine. But you say West Ham play better now. All right?
Me? I ask you who played better.
Yeah, you laugh when I say Liverpool.
Right.
So what that mean? What that imply?
Did I say you play garbage?
All right, anyway, so Sadio Mane could have equaled the game with that brilliant trend pass there. Roberts give him a setup again where he kick straight to the man. We had a lot of clear-cut chances that the man never put in at the back of the net. Them only have 3, and the 3 of them score. That's
I wouldn't say Dima. I wouldn't say a lot.
We had 5 clear.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say a lot, because you had 5. West Ham had 3.
3, yes, 2 from set pieces.
So I wouldn't say a lot.
All right, Shakes, you made a point, right, in reference to Alisson. So I'm looking at it, I'm saying that, okay, as the ball is in the here, right, it's a 50-50 ball. Why shouldn't the attacker who so happens to be Ogbonna go in for that ball, knowing that the keeper hasn't come with any sort of conviction? Because going by that play, you expected Alisson probably would have come a little bit harder for that ball, right? No, it's a 50-50 ball. Why is it that the player should be blamed for that, or why is it that the player should be penalized for that?
Because anywhere else on the pitch, Levon, and inside the box, the 18-yard box, that would have been a foul with anybody, right? Just because he led with his elbow. You can't lead with your elbow in football. That's it for me, You cannot lead with the elbow. That's the only point I'm going to make. You can't lead with your elbow. Lead with something else, but you can't lead with your elbow. Your elbow is basically illegal in football, because your elbow is a part of your arm, right? So if your arm is offside, you're offside.
All right. So
If you lead with your arm or touch the ball with it, it's gonna be called, right? If you foul somebody with your elbow, it's gonna be called.
Shakes, I mean,
Right?
people don't have to agree with me, you know. All
Yeah,
may I say is the whole,
that is nonsensical though. It's nonsensical.
It's nonsensical.
listen,
No,
the whole,
but
wait no,
you can't.
wait no,
No,
Shakes.
Demo. No,
The whole
Demo. Hold on.
commentary team.
You had your chance already. Because them are gonna say you're biased because you're Liverpool. But I'm talking as a Man U person watching that game. So I don't business if Liverpool lose or win, right? I'm just looking at the game. So the point that you are making, Levon, right? It cannot be nonsensical. Why? Because we have seen this over and over and over again, where every time a play like that happens, it's called a foul.
Not every time.
Why
Shakes.
wasn't
Shakes.
it?
No, Shakes.
Why
Not
wasn't
every
it
time.
called a foul?
Not
Come
every
on.
time. That
Listen,
you're making a false statement.
95 out of
Shakes.
100 times in world football, that is called a foul. You guys need to
Not
stop
true.
being
Man, them a make
disingenuous.
bias this a kill them, brother.
Stop being disingenuous, Levon. 95 out of 100 times, that is a
Shakes,
foul.
shut the hell up,
Anybody?
Shakes, about being disingenuous.
Come on.
It's not 95% time, Shakes. We have seen this over and over. Stop lying about it.
Over and over
As
where?
Kems would say, I want to hold you guys credible about this. And I need to stop it, man.
Where
You make
where
a
you
brass
see
saying,
it?
oh, every time when we see this happen, it is given as a foul. It's not. Stop
Man
it,
never
man. You
mean
need to
every
stop the lying
time.
on
You
the
know
show.
what the man mean. 9 out of 10 times that's
9
a
out
foul.
of
You must
10
shut the hell
times.
up because you're going to reason one way. You reason
It's
emotional
simple,
towards
brother.
Liverpool.
9 out of 10 times. And you know what the worst thing? The commentary team swears that the thing out the man say, oh yes, that's a
Thank you.
foul. It's definitely
Thank
going to be
you.
called back.
Peter,
Everybody's shocked. Everybody's shocked.
Peter Drury and Andy Townsend, right? Two of the most knowledgeable persons in world football as a commentator and as an analyst. They were literally shocked that that was not called a foul, and they have watched more games than the whole of we combined.
They're not referees though.
But hold on, you don't have to be a referee because
Well,
guess
They
what?
don't work it.
Common sense, and knowing the laws of the game dictate that
so
would be
so
called a
VAR
foul
don't.
9 out of
Okay.
10 times.
All right. So why didn't VAR call the foul then? They don't have
But
any
hold on,
common
but Kems, that's a very good question because guess what? VAR reviewed a play by Aaron Cresswell on the leg of Jordan Henderson for a possible red card.
That was not a red card.
Hold on, no? And he did not even end up with a yellow. So if you are searching for a red, which means that you deem the play dangerous. Because the only way you search for a red, is if you deem the play dangerous. No, can't debate that.
All right. Well, hold on.
And if you look at that play and you don't even say to the ref, go and look at the monitor and at least give the man a yellow. Something has to be wrong.
They say VAR can't recommend a yellow card. They say a red card straight for VAR.
No, you can get a yellow card from VAR. What are you talking about? Are you a madman?
No, Shakes. No,
it's only red card. That's the only thing VAR.
You can get a yellow card from VAR.
It's a garbage brother. What are you doing, man? You love
right.
people, so you.
Okay. No. How you can get it is if you get a red card, the referee can say it's not a red card when they look at it.
In the Champions League, persons have got yellow cards
from
over
VAR?
and over. Yes.
Yeah, man. How it works, those Shakes, is if you get a red card,
If
you look at it and they say it's a red card, they give you a yellow.
Shakes.
Yeah, that's how me know. That's how me know it. If you get a red, VAR can just take, you can give you a yellow.
Yeah, VAR can't say, hey, give him a yellow card. VAR can't say that.
Listen, you heard what I just said? It will tell the man to go and look at the monitor and at least give the man a yellow card.
No, you ever see VAR do that yet?
Jesus Christ. Yes, in the Champions League.
Which game? Make we go look it up.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up the games and show you.
Hold on a second. Producer, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to read you regarding that, right? VAR cannot review a yellow card, but it can lead to one. For
Thank
instance, if a
you.
player has deceived the referee to win a penalty,
That's what we said.
the referee may
That's
book him
what we
for
said.
diving after the penalty review.
We are
Also,
thank
any
you
player
for.
who excessively appeals for the use of VAR, including substitute, can be cautioned. So they cannot review a yellow card, but it can lead to one.
Okay,
Thank
Sheikh, stop
you.
telling
Which
us
is what
madness on the show and tell
I
people
just
lies.
said.
No,
No, Sheikh,
no,
No,
You
no,
are
man.
hold on,
She, no, we.
Sheikh,
She,
stop
ex,
Hold on. I don't
she
think
ex
you
right.
hold on.
She ex right. You know, have to
I
hear what the
don't think
man
you
read
guys just
again.
listen to what Josh just said.
Yeah, you know, have to
Josh
listen what the
just
man say.
I was correct just a while ago.
She ex right.
All out now run me down. But as me say, me was Champions League week in, week out. Even when me there at work with me medical patients, me there watch me, and me know so me see the man there. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
She let me tell them because you know high emotions. Just
No,
say if somebody
hold
try
on.
to deceive the ref when he go
Josh
to
read it
VAR,
again
he
so
get a
that you
yellow.
guys listen
No,
and
no.
learn.
But now I hear what Josh said. Dima, you can't. What I'm saying.
No, I'm
VAR
saying
officials-
just read that if the a player try to deceive the referee and it go to VAR, him can give him a yellow.
Thank you.
Because
I
him
don't
try
know.
to deceive the ref.
No,
You know
no,
when
I don't
they
know.
die.
I don't know where it come from.
That just
No.
read out of the
And that
rules.
just read.
no, not a minute. All right. So VAR.
Can we
VAR
get Josh to reread the rule,
Let me tell you
please?
this. Listen. So suppose a player dives. The referee give the penalty. Watch this. VAR says it's not a penalty. That's what VAR decide. The referee gives the yellow card because it is deemed a dive. VAR don't decide the yellow card.
They can
Man's
All
man.
right,
What that
Sheikh,
rule is- that's what that rule is
take back
saying.
what Josh said. Hold on, man. Hold on.
That's
It's
what
not.
the rule is
It's
saying.
Hold
not
on.
just
Listen
for
what Josh said.
penalties.
Josh said that it is for penalties. That is what Josh just read.
Make him
Penalties
read
if
it
the
again. Make him
player
read it
try to
again.
deceive the referee to get a penalty.
Deceive, to
Let me
dive.
read it. I'm
Read
reading the broad, right? VAR cannot review a yellow card, but it can lead to one. For instance, if a player has deceived the referee to win a penalty, the referee may book him for diving after the penalty review.
after the
Also, any player who excessively appeals for the use of VAR, including substitute, can be cautioned with a yellow card. Now,
Right.
here's what also is important, right? It also states that if a red card is given, so a review for a direct red card can result in a yellow card.
Yellow card, right? That's
a
what I
VAR
said.
For example, if there's a review for a high tackle that VAR believes could be a red card, the referee could decide it is only worth yellow.
A yellow,
after review.
yeah.
Which
That's
is
what
what
I've
I
been
just
So Sheikh
said.
is wrong.
No,
You're wrong. No.
No, that's what I
No,
just
that's not
said.
what you
I just said that Aaron Cresswell, the challenge on Jordan Henderson, VAR reviewed it for a possible red card and did not even tell the man to go look at the monitor and give the man
But
a
listen-
yellow card, which is what Josh just read.
no, listen, Shakes. The man was not given a red card.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's a
Well,
difference.
Man's man.
Read back that
Man's
last
man.
He was
again.
not given the
The
red
last
card.
part that Josh just read said that if VAR deems the challenge dangerous, so if the ref never do nothing at all, if he never even see it, he can end up getting a yellow card.
No, but read it again. The card was
Hold
given.
on, Josh. Just read back that last
red.
part.
Red card was given, and so when he goes and VAR deems it to not be, then he reviews it and gives a yellow.
Hold
That's what
on.
it is saying.
Can Josh just read back that part for me,
That is what
please?
it said.
Lever, just let Josh read back that part.
Yeah, man, it's coming.
Okay. I need to hear it again.
Shake's wrong and strong though.
You going to read it now?
No. He's not finding the article. The article has
Oh,
gone to the trash
because I
bin.
remember what I remember is that VAR normally is for a red card offense. I don't remember the yellow card part. So I'm just trying to get him to read it back so I can understand it. Because it sounded kind of confusing a while ago.
Yeah, but even in the rules, the second thing we just say, if somebody
No, man,
try
I just
appeal
need to
to
hear
the VAR, the VAR can give them a yellow
Yeah, I
card.
need to hear about the language. That's what I want to hear.
Brethren, it is not VAR. If I keep saying to you, go to VAR, the referee can give you a red card. It's not VAR giving you it.
Exactly. Common sense, not so common after all.
Man's man. I never said anything
No.
about the ref. I said VAR
It's
Oh.
Dimo
VAR
just
calling
responded.
over the gentleman to the monitor, right? Because you are reviewing the challenge for a possible red card. If you don't deem it a red card, you can still deem it a yellow card. You see, in the rule that Josh just read, they just gave instances, right? To help some of y'all.
So
But
Shakes, let me
it's not,
tell
but
you what
hold
it is.
on, but it's not necessarily finite.
Lepon,
All right,
go
hold
on
on,
to Josh.
hold
Josh
on.
not the rule.
Josh is going to read
It's
it now.
not limited
so let me
to
read.
what Josh
All right, hold
just
on.
said.
Let's
Can a
stand
player
down,
get a
man. The
yellow
man read.
card following a red card? So that's the question under the rule. Can a player get a yellow card following a red card review? That's the question side. A review for a direct red card can result in a yellow card. For example, if there's a review for a high tackle that the VAR believes could be a red card, the referee could decide it is only worth yellow after
Thank you.
the review. The correct disciplinary action should always be applied once the referee has visited the review area.
Thank you, which is what I have
That's
been
what
saying
Shakes
all
was
night.
saying. That's what Shakes
What
was
I've been
saying.
saying.
correct.
What? No, listen.
No. Shakes right, boss.
No, listen. What on the man? So let me show you. Listen, just listen up, please. If I tackle you, right, and the referee gives what? No foul.
Nothing.
No, let me finish. No, the referee gives nothing. VAR says, come and look at the play. All right? Come and look at the play. So I tackle you in your chest. It says, come and look at the play. The referee says, no foul, and no foul was given. VAR says, this is a possible red card. You are saying that when the referee goes over there and VAR says that though no foul was given, the referee gives a yellow card?
That's not what it said.
That's not
he
what
said
it is
that,
saying.
No, Lord, man, let me explain what we hear. I heard that you can look for a red card, a possible red card. However, the referee can make the decision for it to be a yellow. That's what I heard being read.
But that's not what Shakes was saying.
That's what I said.
Okay, and he also
Shakes
hear
I tell
this.
us
Alright, this is where
VAR.
Shakes will be.
So hold on,
Shakes,
Ryan,
this is
we
where
just
Shakes
can
will
give
go
the
wrong,
yellow.
sir.
The referee or VAR, which one of them? Because Shakes I said
The
VAR give the
VAR and the
yellow.
referee in a terms.
Huh?
The VAR and the referee the same person, you know.
Lord have mercy. All right.
A referee operate
listen this again.
And operate VAR, you know. So I really the same thing.
Alright, listen this again, just to like the question that Shakes was asking earlier. This is the next part to it. Can a red card be rescinded as well as shown? So this is the answer to that now under the rule. If VAR advises that a player should not have been sent off, right, the sanction can be downgraded to a yellow or rescinded entirely.
Oh, so he was actually right.
Right?
He was
right.
So basically, if the player doesn't have to get a red card. If they don't get a red card, they don't
you
have to get
can't
a
say him right because that's not what he was saying.
Yes, he's correct.
No, man.
So let me ask you a question. So you're saying to me,
yeah,
Demo,
that's
hold on, Demo. If I hold on. Say, Demo, you're saying to me that if I tackle you, VAR could say, hey, give me my yellow. Like any player in the game, I'm trying to figure out.
Boss,
that's what Shakes are saying.
So follow what I'm saying.
Wait, when you stop use hypotheticals and use where the man say no. The man is talking about the Henderson situation. The man flying for Henderson and there was no foul given and VAR say it's a take for a possible red.
The point I'm making is that because it was deemed a red card, the only way.
Before Josh read the rules, I thought Shakes was wrong, and then when I heard it,
man, Shakes wrong.
Reviewing it, Demo. Shakes said, alright, this is what Shakes said, right? Because I was looking careful. Shakes was saying that the referee even reviewed the incident and decided not to give a red, but the fact that the referee did not give a red means that he should have gotten a yellow. That's what I heard. And he's correct. The rules said that the referee doesn't necessarily have to give a yellow as well. It can rescind the entire thing entirely.
Yeah, but I mean, does not necessarily. Hold on, does not necessarily mean. Also means that he can, you know. That's what doesn't necessarily mean.
Yes.
You can, or you won't. In that instance, so
you can or you won't.
So it's a possibility where you can. The possibility He still has the
Yes,
opportunity
where he
to.
can give the yellow, and there's a opportunity where he doesn't have to give a yellow card. So
Yeah, but he
in
can give a yellow. But he can give a yellow card.
shape be wrong
Eh,
here.
All right, we can make him start about the Liverpool game because we're
He's
not going to
correct.
do this tonight
He's
and we're there
correct.
for 2 hours. Shake's right, but it's fine. Let's move. Make him start about the Liverpool game.
I never expected to say anything different.
Oh, me never expect you to say nothing different
But,
either.
Nah, but
Yeah.
Shake's not right. But we have a comprehension problem, and that have to go be fixed because everybody are comprehending something totally different. But with the Liverpool game, I just have a couple questions though, Dimo. I'm not really sure why you were downplaying the mistake that Trent made, right? You say, oh, him only make one defensive error in the game. But if I'm supposed to go back, the game ended 3-2. So if Trent never made that mistake, then the game then they get a point from the game. Yes or no?
No, that's not how football works, boss.
All right, how it work?
Now, I can say if Sadio Mane he put the ball in a goal with a score, it would have 3-2 to us.
All
It's
right.
not ifs and buts.
No problem. So I remember the last time Manning's man came on here when you were saying that Trent was the best right back, and Manning's man was saying, well, you're as a right back, you're
2 sides of the game.
2 sides, you have to play 2 sides, and you're saying as it relates to Liverpool's system,
Yeah.
he's only required. So
No, I didn't say
what
that.
I wanted to
didn't
do, I
say
wanted
that.
to when you're talking about
Versus Manchester City, Kems.
yes, when you're talking about best right back, I wanted to alter it. I wanted to say he's the best attacking right back.
No,
I want
no.
you to add that to it.
No, I don't need to say that.
No, you have
want
to. You have
if you no, why me have to? You can't
All
tell
right,
me
let
what
me-
me have to do.
No, because
You do that if you want to do that.
Demo, it is very misleading because out of who is compared to, right? He's compared to Cancelo
Hakimi,
and
who cannot defend to save him life either.
what the next brother name and Reece
Reece
James.
James, man.
Right? He's compared
Don't
to
forget the
those.
name.
No, there's no comparison. Why we are talking
Defensively,
about what?
Trent are the worst out of all of them. Yes or no?
No, he's not.
So I'm better than Reece James defensively?
No,
I'm better than Cancelo defensively?
he's better than Hakimi defensively. Hakimi are one of the best
Boss,
right
man,
back
the
in
man
the
focus
world.
on 3%.
No.
the man.
There's a
No.
particular
Reece
debate.
James, Cancelo, and Trent.
Listen,
There's a
listen,
debate
listen.
right, that I go on with them.
That is no debate. We're not talking about. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been doing this since he was 17, 19 years old.
All right, but don't
3 years consistently, the man
All right.
perform numbers
All right,
back
sir.
and numbers
Yo,
back.
all right,
How
sir.
Reece James
No.
reaching at this?
All
The
right,
man
sir,
just
but
get
don't.
a breakout season now and I
All
talk
right,
about
sir, but
Reece
don't, sir.
James, Cancelo, who couldn't make it at Juventus.
All right, but
Brother,
don't, sir.
stop it, brother.
All right, but don't, sir.
There's
Sorry.
no debate, boss.
Sorry,
the man has
boss.
consistently done this.
All right,
Consistently.
sir. Sorry, boss. You're right, boss.
We
Sorry,
are
boss.
talking about Reece James and Cancelo and people who just come
Sorry,
and have
boss.
breakout
All right.
seasons. When
All
the
right.
man a pocket Ronaldo in a Champions League finals when he was 19 years old.
All right. All right, boss. Sorry.
There's no debate, brother. Just stop it, boss. The man has done this consistently for 3-4 years now. When other people can have
And
that resume,
he has
they
done
don't
it.
come and
He has
talk
done
about
it
it.
attacking wise, he has done it. Defensively, has been dirt poor.
What?
What do you mean? What?
We are
You're
talking about
blind?
in that same game, the man stopped about 3 counter attacks by himself on the right side.
All right.
We are talking about.
I want to say
Where you
four,
gonna
but
use? Where you
I
gonna use?
wouldn't
Clean
say
sheets?
four, but
A
I
clean
would
sheet
say
you gonna
he
use
has-
to judge him?
he has things to work on.
Exactly. Everybody have things to work on.
So Ryan, because I can't talk to Demo in high on emotions right now. So Ryan, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would Trent be ranked defensively?
Defensively, about 7.
Okay.
Him have things to work on. Whereas I put Reece James, I think Reece James is more balanced going forward and defensively.
All right.
Overall.
So this is my thing. This is how I
Trent
look
is more heavy, top heavy in terms of attacking versus defense.
at it. Exactly. So this is how I look at it, right? While I would say Trent is the best attacking
Trent
wise,
is like a 9 going forward and a 7 in defense.
well, we give him a 6 in defense, especially after that Zuma thing. They're about a 6, 6.5 on a good day, right? But what I'm saying is the gap between, for example, a Trent and a Reece James going forward I
Oh, it's
think the gap,
closing. It's closing very fast.
and I think the gap is different with Reece James and Trent defending. Like I think Reece James is way better defensively than Trent. I think
Agreed.
so. You know, if Dima wants to say Trent is the best attacking right back, we can work with that. But in terms of just best right back overall, with all things considered, I can't give him that. It can't be outright. I can't give him that.
So because so Aaron Wan-Bissaka the best defensive right back, so him are the best right back because it outweigh him attacking prowess. You mean the conversation?
So
Because
No,
him is
it's
a
not.
9, him is a 9 defensively, and a 3 going forward.
No, he's not a 9 defensively. Nope.
No, it's not a 9.
No, it's
He's
not
like
a
a 7.5.
Una reason like, yo,
No, man.
playing right
what
back
is
is
it
about
like a
based on
seven and a
Kem's
half?
assessment, right?
it's about
So
systems,
after
man.
listening, based on Kem's assessment, he's basically saying that Reece James is the best right back based on your assessment.
Josh,
That's Kem.
Josh, me no want a man
Yo,
talk me in my mouth, you know, Josh. Me no want nobody talk me in my mouth,
No,
Josh.
Kems,
Me
because
just
you
say,
said that he's close.
But as I say-
You say it's
but
close
as I say,
attacking
every day him
wise,
come on
while
here.
it is wide defensively
Josh,
wise.
Josh, me just say every day him come on the program and the podcast and him lament how Trent are the best right back and so. And then when him a talk about him deficiencies, him hurry up and gloss over the deficiencies.
Because
but then when
what-
him want to talk about him,
What?
you see how long him spent on him free kick or the best right back him score.
Okay.
Free kick. But then when him a talk about the mistake where I make the crucial mistake.
How
basically-
Reece James come in at the conversation? Him just come out the other day. How him come in at the conversation?
What you
Oh.
mean? What you
Trent
mean?
Alexander
He win
Arnold have
champions.
50
He win
assists and
Champions League.
50
He win a
assists.
Champions League.
Yeah, right. But there's when we talk about Trent Alexander Arnold, we talk about Danny Alves. Don't come bring little Reece James and them people in a man conversation.
No, but no.
50
Dimo, the funny
assists and
thing.
10 goals.
Well, man, the funny thing to all of that, when Trent was ranked number 1 in the world, he have the same 2 seasons on him belt like Reece James. So you can't
Okay,
just say
but he
Reece
can.
James come out.
We,
You
but he
can't just say
continued.
Reece James come out.
Hold on, but he continued to go on and still do what him do.
Yeah, but
And
it
broken
doesn't
records.
matter. It does not matter. When Trent had 2 seasons on that belt, he was ranked as the
Yeah, but
best.
Trent is still playing. So
I
Reece
know,
James
I
can't
know,
come in
I
at
know.
this.
Reece have 2 seasons on that belt. You can't just say it's just
Yes,
my
but
just
Trent is still
come. You
playing.
never use that. You never
Trent
use
is
the
still
just come.
playing.
You did not use the just come argument for Trent when Trent
course
was number
not.
1 with 2 seasons on
Didn't
that
fit
belt.
his narrative at all.
So you can't say Reece
we-
James just come and
But
so
the
him
best
can't go
right
on
back
that.
is still playing. That's the point. He's still playing.
I am not
Who
saying-
you trying
I am
to
not
bring up
saying-
against him? No
I
reach
am
there
not
yet when man
saying
reach.
I am not saying Reece James is better than Trent.
You
I
can't
am
say that.
just
Why you
saying-
would say that? You don't mind mad like him.
I am just saying the gap is closing
Reece
fast.
James is better than Trent.
Yeah, you
I
can't
will
say
say
what you
Reece
want to
James
say.
is better defensively than Trent.
Tell me some man.
I will say that. But in
hear
terms
that-
of all-round ability,
There was
The
one
gap is
time here,
closing very fast.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka better than Trent too. So, be the real business what Man U fans want to say right now.
All right. So I'm gonna ask a
You
question.
do business because years comes out having your blood pressure rising. You got hungry on the man just now, so you're lying. Don't lie.
Why would I get angry? Why would I get angry? The
Hey,
Chelsea,
Mannings, man.
a Chelsea
You
man
just
I tell me say Trent better than them right
Mannings,
back. Why
man.
am with a mad?
Mannings one, let me ask you a question. When you may ask, because we can't take the emotional thing, you know. Mannings man, Van Dijk, right? When he was at Southampton, was he the best? Was he the best centre back in the league at that time? You mute, Mannings man, you mute.
when who?
Van Dijk?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say so. He wasn't
Alright.
playing the best in the league at that time.
All right.
When
So
Kane
He
used
was
to run circles around him.
he was up there. I
Kane
mean,
used to run circles around him.
and he never looked good because I don't think he was like the sole defender.
All right. So after how
So-
much seasons at Liverpool, they gave him the title best defender in the league. After how much seasons? I'm just trying to know.
Year and a half.
One,
1 year.
not even year and a half. One, because
Alright.
they said that from he came in, he transformed Liverpool defense. So after one, this is the best.
Okay. So my question is that how is it that certain defenders or certain players you don't need a body of work to be noticed as the best, but then other players you need a whole body of work to be noticed as the best. We just want to know. You Mannings, man, you can help me out with that?
Listen, all right. So what are you talking about? Trent and
Well, He might tell me say Reece James just come. He might tell me say Reece James. I'm not saying Reece James is the best, but the argument about
So what
just
is
come,
the
you can't
argument
buy
then?
that.
If
The
you don't agree that,
argument is that
Exactly.
no,
is that listen, the man, you asked for the argument. The argument is that from my end actually is that Reece James is closing the gap on Trent. You can't say Reece James just come and avoid the fact that he is actually improving drastically.
no, I agree that Reece James is improving, but I would like my question about Trent is because the question was not about Trent being the best in England alone. When Demo was speaking, he was talking about Europe,
The world.
the world. I think Trippier is a better right back.
Okay, you get it. All right, this has become a joke now.
Brother, we can't have them.
I think Kyle
enjoy
Walker.
the night, brother.
I think Kyle Walker is
big
better
up
than
on
Trent.
yourself. Yeah, well,
That's
everybody
me.
free if you have them opinion. All right, take
Because,
care of yourself, brother.
let me
Big
say
up.
it again. No, me not busy with one leave because Trent plays on one side of the field. Football, and I keep on saying it. Two components, defending and attacking. And if you are vulnerable defensively and I have a center back, a wing back who can defend properly, which is your first duty when you're playing, when you're a
Nonsense.
wing back. What is nonsense? Well, this
Right backs are in systems. It's about systems.
Where I learned football when you're playing with
Football
four.
change. I don't know if it's the first.
Listen, man. When I play football and you're using four defenders, your four defenders primary job is first to defend. Now you can give me a lot going forward, and I appreciate that. with Trent Alexander. I will tell you that he can give me more offensively, but I can tell you I can get close to him offensively from Trippier, even on free kicks, and can I also get it better defensively? That is my point.
Yeah,
so I can't have him as
That's
the best.
fair.
Stick to where you learn football, man. Stick to where you
learn it in Corner League.
I learned it from Jurgen Klopp's system.
Gary Neville teach you to play right back.
Most Gary Neville.
You learn it in Corner League.
I can't believe people are comparing wannabe washed up players to the best right back in the world. Man, you don't need to stop, bro. It's ridiculous now, bro. It's all about systems. What Jurgen Klopp wants from his system is what Trent does. That's it. It's simple.
I agree with that, Demo.
So we are comparing to Trippier for that's why we are comparing to them people.
We're comparing right backs.
Okay, and Trent is miles ahead. So how him come in? Yeah, talk about the man is suspect defensively and all of that. What?
Why?
He's always going to be caught up. I'm tired for telling you. Always. Because he's high up the, no, you just start Mannings, man. You just start. He's high up the pitch on our attacks because he's vital to the system of Jurgen Klopp. Wait, me not done talk it. Zine, he's high up the pitch. So once the man them see same high up the pitch, and just like how Sadio Mane lose the ball, he was already in transition for the attack. That's how them play the true pass from Bowen to the man. He have to turn back now for chase. And now everybody are gonna say, "Oh, Trent, it was Trent's fault." Well, no, he was in the attack and Sadio Mane lost the ball.
Can I ask you a question, sir? Can I ask you a question? Who is better defensively? Trent Alexander-Arnold or Kieran Trippier? Which one is better defensively as a right back? No, I'm asking Demo.
Okay.
In the system that Trippier plays for wannabe Stoke City, Trippier is better defensively because that's the system. Them defend.
Stoke City?
Wannabe Stoke City. That's what I
No, you have to understand. Remember Trippier last season at Tottenham when Trippier used to get run around every game? Is when Trippier got Spain. Yeah. Trippier learned how to defend.
So all I'm asking is that you believe that Trent, I'm not talking about system.
But I am talking about system.
So just listen to me now. Before you get fit in a system, you are a footballer. Because
yeah, but you grow up in a system nonetheless.
But Trent not grew up in a Liverpool.
Hold on, man. Just
yes, he did.
What?
Okay.
What is he talking about?
You know, club system.
Hold on, Ryan. So let me ask you this. So are you
hold on a second. All of you guys, hold on a second.
I need to really ask this question.
Listen.
I need to ask
Mannings, man, I'm going to let it go in, but listen, what I'm going to do. Guys, I see that you're enjoying the conversation. All we're asking of you, like the video. like the video. If you don't subscribe to the thing. So just do the right thing. Mannings man, continue. Shoot from the hip.
What I'm asking is simple as this. If we're going to limit Trent's ability to the Liverpool system and say the reason why he gets caught out defensively is because of the system that he plays, you would admit then that if he were playing in a system at Atletico Madrid, playing the way that Trippier played, he would be better than Trippier defending.
Yes, because you would have to defend under Diego Simeone. That would be his role in that system. It's simple.
I disagree with you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hold on, I see people talking about he was a system baller, this and system baller that. Most good footballers are system ballers because
It's
you can't play a
ridiculous,
system.
bro.
If you can't play a system, you're going to make a big team.
No, Ryan, I think what I think it is that so Demo is saying that Demo argument has ever been that in this club system, Trent is a critical part of the attack. So he'll always be caught out when it's time for defending. That's Demo consistent argument. But what Manningsman is saying is that okay, if we take out the club system and we'll put Trent in a Atletico Madrid system, would Trent be able to be successful defensively?
I don't know.
All right, Kims, listen this.
Well, maybe
we'll see what
maybe
Trent
because
does for Liverpool.
Trippier couldn't defend that well until he go Atletico, so maybe.
But all right, listen. Let me ask this question, right? We have seen Trent week in, week out for Liverpool. Why is it that we can't see the same Trent when he plays for the England national team?
Because he's not, according to Demo, he's not in club system, so he's asked to do something different. Yeah, that's about it.
Wait, how many games Trent play for England? Because I see Southgate play him as right wing back, which is nonsense because he want to get in all three of them. Like, how many? What is enough? What is enough?
Oh, hold on.
Trent sucks as a right wing back.
Let me answer him. You just said it is nonsense for them to play. And you admit, that when it comes down to the offensive part of his game, he's the best in the world.
Yes.
I find it hard to believe that the player who is the best right back in the entire world, given the chance that he has, cannot fit into an English system to the point where, though they went all the way to the final of Euros, you're calling them idiots because one player can fit into the system. What did you just say about the English system? Rubbish? Because one player who is the world best can fit into the system.
Wait, who said the England system
that?
rubbish? Wait, man, when you love create some night, who said nothing about rubbish English system?
What did you say? What did you say about Trent in the English system? Just repeat, no, man.
I asked him how many games he play, and when he play, I see him play as a right wing back. That's rubbish.
What you said about what is rubbish?
He might play him at right wing back. He's not a right wing back.
So follow me. A right wing back plays in the same way Trent plays in this 5-3.
No, Jesus, Mike, must stop talking for the night.
Listen, let me finish, man. No, man. Listen,
no,
the right wing back. Let me finish, man.
Starting position different.
Let me finish, man. A right wing back plays the same role.
No.
Listen, what am I going to say?
Ryan, let the man finish.
Ryan, listen, brother. We can come out for the show like Kems and hold on to my head. Listen, I can give you the book with it, brother. A right wing back play the same role that Trent plays for Liverpool when they play in a 3-5-2. You can't tell me nothing. But them start from different positions.
All right, so move on to the nothing then.
Thank you, sir. Not tell me nothing about that. Because when they play in the 3-5-2, the same position that Trent plays for Liverpool is where they start from.
Trent does not start as a right wing back in Liverpool system.
That's not what he said.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what
he said. Yo, the ball I can't comprehend, man.
I put it to you guys. You know why you guys are fighting over Trent? And a man go mention a man named Trippier. We all him do a trip the people them on the field. And Kyle Walker and them name them. One Bissaka name jokingly me here get caught. Listen, really and truly, there is absolutely no world-class right back out there. The standard of right backs are poor. right? So if you guys want to do a comparative analysis,
Or
with-
maybe
with
maybe
each
right
player,
back.
hold on, Ryan. With each player, no problem. Grade them. Call who you want, call better than who. But there's no way you're gonna tell me that there is a world-class right back out there right now. There isn't.
Or
So
maybe
that's
the
why you
roles
guys.
of
That's
right
why.
back.
That's why you
Maybe the
guys
roles of
fighting.
right back over the years has changed, and willing to accept that because of what we grew
But
up
listen
watching.
though,
Ryan, there's no way.
Listen,
There's
though,
no way you're gonna tell me
big
that you
man
have a
Ryan, I
right
have
back
something to
and the
talk
right
about.
back cannot defend. Cannot.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Cannot.
No. Anybody who
It's
said
not.
Trent
No,
cannot
it's a
defend.
system. It's a system.
Anybody who said Trent cannot defend don't
But
understand
he
football.
cannot defend.
Anybody said
system.
Trent plays as a right wing back just because him attack no don't understand football. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Ryan, why
Ryan,
you
Right
just
wing
foolishness
back,
though, Ryan?
not
Because
because the
Ryan,
attack,
if you play
not
as a
because
right
the attacking
stop
game is
foolishness.
good
Stop
means
it.
you can go play as a right wing back. It is
Ryan.
a two different role. Right wing
Ryan,
back
stop
and right back are two different roles.
All right.
Not
What's the
because they can
difference?
attack good
What's
as
the
a right
difference,
back
Ryan? Can you
means
educate us on the difference?
What's the difference? What's the difference?
between a right back and a right wing back.
No,
Yeah.
between
one,
a right wing back and what
let me
Trent do for
answer you.
Liverpool.
So stop
What's the
talking
difference?
nonsense, man. For one, your starting position. For two, the roles you have to perform in the game. Who kiss them teeth? You don't understand
No,
that.
what is the rules? Nobody give no
I
vague
did.
nothing. Get
I did. I know
into
the
it.
foolishness you don't understand.
Go into it. Not give me no vague
Right
nothing
back.
about the rules.
You know
What
what is a
rules?
starting
What
position,
rules?
right? You know what is a starting position, right? A
No,
right wing
tell me
back
that.
starts higher up the pitch than a right back. That is a total different thing altogether right there. So.
Ryan, but when you're talking
Two,
football, you have to talk functions.
The
And
system-
what your systems and
A
functions
right
are
wing back
different.
operates in a back five, back three, whatever you want to call it. Whereas a right back is a right back have to cover him centre backs. Whereas a right wing back don't have so much rules
Function
in
and
terms
system
of
is
protection.
different though. You're mixing up the function in football with the system of football.
No, what are you talking about?
So let me tell you what I'm talking about. So if I am the left-sided centre back, watch this. If I'm the left-sided centre back in a back three, right? My function is different from how I am set up in the system. My function, right, could be to go into midfield while the other two sit. That could be part of my function. So even though we're playing three at the back, which is the system, my function within that system could mean that I am the one in the three who joins with the midfield when we are attacking. Though
everybody know that.
But that is what I'm
When
saying
you
to
are
you.
attacking.
What I'm saying to no, that is just a function. It could be
But
different.
what is your starting position though? In a back three.
So that's what I'm saying. It depends on what your function is.
No, answer my question. If you're playing in a back three as a left centre back,
Depends on what your function is.
Depending what is the starting position.
It has to depend on your function.
If you're playing as a left centre back, your starting position is a centre. You start as a centre. You're starting defense. Right?
You know, as I said, you guys are
when you're
cussing.
attacking, is a different thing altogether. When you're attacking, you're going to overlap and move up between the lines in the half spaces, right?
Listen,
your starting position
Ryan,
is a total different thing than how the game is being played.
Ryan, stop. If you have a list of right backs right now in world football, Kyle Walker, Cancelo, Trippier, Wan-Bissaka, Trent, Reece James, Hakimi, guess what? Every single coach can pick one of those players for different functions because each of them going to bring something different to the game. But guess what? There's none of them that are clear-cut out of that list that I just mentioned. None.
Are clear-cut what?
Clear-cut as the best. There's none that is clear-cut as the best.
Clear-cut as the best.
But listen, because I heard Ryan mention a point. I heard Ryan mention a point that I have to pick up on. When you're playing a three at the back, that gives your right wing back way more license to go forward. So this is something that
Yes,
should
it does.
flourish in. So I
It
don't want
does.
to hear tell me crap. And
No,
it
but it's a
doesn't.
different role.
It
Your role
doesn't
as a
for
right centre
England.
back is different. Your role as a right back and a right wing back different, brother. Wait.
All right,
You
let me
think-
give you a good example. Let me give you a good example. Can I give you a good example?
Why you think why you think Kyle Walker can play right back?
Let me give you no. Let me give you a good.
Hold on, the man. Why you think Kyle Walker can play right wing back, but him can play right centre back?
Ryan, understand,
Hold on,
Ryan,
man.
because City can play 3 at the back or 4 at the back. Watch this, and they play. The function within their system is to have a person inverted. So though my team, my wing back starts in the same position as the City wing back on the right. Let's put it like that. We are both playing wing backs. The function within my system makes me play inverted. The other coach don't play that inverted wing back. So we have
All
the
right,
same.
let us move on to England now. Walker plays right centre back and right back. Listen, stop cutting me, man. Walker plays right back.
But you cut
Walk.
me.
You go let me talk.
But you cut me.
Walk.
I said, "No,
You
cut
go
me."
let me talk. Or you're going to keep on interrupting me. Yes. We cut you. We're moving on. All right, fine. Walker play right back and right centre back for England, but he does not play right wing back. Why you think him don't play right wing back? Because him don't have the ability to do that.
Ryan. Ryan.
Why do you think Trippier plays as a right wing back and not Walker?
Ryan.
Just because them can play right back don't mean them can play right wing back.
Ryan.
You know something. No, you don't give us an explanation. You keep on saying, "Oh, if he doesn't have the ability,
keep on interrupting me every time we start talk. Every time we start talk, somebody
so now we interrupt.
You're talking rubbish. That's why people interrupt.
It's the same way in August when me telling you that Trent defenders when we tell again say defenders cover for defenders, you never know that. You never know that.
Ryan, let me ask you a simple question.
Because
let me ask you a simple question.
When a right back goes up, a midfielder can cover, and also a right back also cover for your centre. But when we say it, you say nothing go so.
Ryan, can I ask you a simple question?
Pick up that video.
You guys said nothing go so.
Can I ask you a simple question, Ryan?
When I said that Trent goes up, and when he goes up in the Liverpool system, a midfielder covers for him. You guys tell me, say, no, if you're good enough, you're not supposed to cover for you.
Can I ask you a simple question, Ryan?
Which is ridiculous.
I can ask you the simple question.
Go ahead.
Dani Alves, what was he?
He was a right back.
He was a right back.
Yes.
Can Trent do anything better than Dani Alves on a football field?
They are basically similar.
All right. Never mind. Let's move on.
The man said it was similar.
Never mind.
Hey.
Never mind. It's all right. Big up yourself, Ryan.
Yeah. Bless.
One said them similar.
Yo, Ryan, what are you smoking over there?
Hey.
You are. Hold on. Dani Alves from Brazil. Dani Alves from your comic book, you know. Dani Alves.
So your different then. Okay, cool.
Dima, what's going on with you? Why are you quiet?
Wow.
Brother, wrap up a show or something from this getting at this comparison thing.
But never on.
I just hear nonsense me here, pan. The man asked man
every Sunday and them little man when no ever kick back like come top when play football.
The man asked the man if Dani Alves do not like Trent pass the ball better than Dani Alves by a mile. Like where you talk about? Like the man said them similar. What's wrong with that? And Trent is a better passer than Dani Alves.
They're similar, Dimo.
Just me don't talk about this, brother.
Jeff, when you Jeffrey, whatever, I'm kick up battle.
Hold on, right.
Football.
All right, hold on. Dimo. We just have fun, brethren. The way you're getting so
No,
serious.
this is ridiculous, bro.
You
Like
always coming.
everybody in the world, when
Why-
them
why
talk, Trent are the best, the best right back in the, but we sit down on computer and come and talk, bring up people
You're a
one
man.
this and
You're a
them.
man.
Like,
You're a man
bro,
of. You're a man of God, man. You're acting like brother, Pastor Kevin. Relax, man.
it's like a total
We're
no.
not here anymore.
Calm down,
There is
man.
a reason why Trent. There's a reason why Trent played a few games as right wing back for England and
Never
Southgate
play
stopped
again.
playing there.
Exactly.
There is a reason for that.
Them not
Who
understand
want
football, brother.
who want vex with that? Go take it up with Southgate.
Let them say there are 3 principles they learn in defense. Right?
Ryan,
Pressure, cover, and balance. Whether you're an individual or a team defending, or you can go with the D's, which is denial, delay, and all of that. So watch this, brethren. Everybody on the football field has to cover pressure, cover, balance. So anybody who came on here and said that people don't cover,
Levan and Kems. And
Yeah,
people
man,
in the
now with the
comment
game.
section.
This
And
is
people in the comment section. I remember it very well. Levan, Kems, and people in the comment section were laughing at me when I said that midfielders cover up the right back.
Why somebody laugh at me?
What's your name again? Renee, what's your name? Renee Chelsea, something or another. She was one of them too. You remember them, you know? I mark the names.
Wow. Yeah, take register.
Yes, sir. Because I know this was going to come back. And I know I was going to use it. I know I was going to use it back.
Listen though, really and truly. Let me tell you.
I need you to go and find that clipping and post it back here. I don't want a man to come here.
You can follow Ryan. Ryan does a chat right now. Ryan tired and just want to chat some garbage.
But no,
that is what you do when you lose an argument. You try to piggyback on things to try for an argument. Don't try that, man.
But really though, Levon, let me tell you something. You see, right backs and left backs in terms of world class, they aren't there. Remember, you know, on the last show that I was, a man mentioned that as soon as Luke Shaw here say him are the best left back in the world, him don't know how to defend. Right?
Gosh.
Right? A man said that, you know, me not call him name. Right? But those were his exact words.
Shades, let me ask you a question, Shades. Would you say the last world class right back you have seen would be Joshua Kimmich?
Joshua Kimmich? Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Okay.
And that is why I'm saying I don't see why we're cussing about men that don't meet the standard of world class. Listen, one man can be better than another man at a particular function, right? However, there is no world class. Listen, none of these right backs could get in. A man going to tell me that Trent pass the ball better than Dani Alves. Trent
couldn't get in that Barcelona.
On the bench at Barcelona when Dani Alves was there.
Over Dani Alves.
You must be crazy.
Couldn't get in there.
The man couldn't even reach on the bench at Barcelona in their heyday with Dani Alves. Look how much assists Dani Alves have, and it cannot be because of the lack of passing.
Who was on the bench? Hold on, let me ask this question. Who was on the bench when Dani Alves was there?
It no matter who they on the bench.
No, tell me. Who was on the bench when Dani Alves was there?
It no matter who they on the bench.
No, it matters. Tell me.
Why it matter?
Tell me.
Why it matter who they on the bench?
So tell me.
Why it matter? Trent would not get in the team. Trippier would not get in the team. Kyle Walker would not get in the team. Hakimi would not get in the team. The only man that I could say would get in the team, you know the only man that would get in the team is Joshua Kimmich. You know why? Because he can. No, I don't. Because he can play more than one positions. Simple as that.
You don't know who was on the bench, don't you?
No, I don't. No, man, I don't.
Yeah, man,
because the last time I checked, it was Barcelona that was killing Manchester United in 2009 and 2011 at the Wembley Stadium and at Stadio Olimpico. So no, I don't know who was on the bench. And I don't know who was on the bench when Barcelona, they were winning in 2015 with Neymar and Suarez and Messi. And Danny Alves in that team? No, I have not a clue who was on the
Yeah, you
bench.
can tell me that Alves was in the team
But
starting, but you can't tell me who's on the bench.
one thing I know, there is nobody in world football. Yeah, we might be around a computer, but it's only a madman around a computer. And on YouTube right now, that would tell me that Trent and Danny Alves are similar, or Trent can pass the ball better than Danny Alves.
What I'll say
So
is
tell me
that
who was on the bench.
in defense to Demo.
You're going to make a
Listen,
statement just supposed to come back it up enough. Tell me who
let me
is
say
on the
this.
bench.
I rate Trent as a footballer. I think he's right now when you talk about going forward, he's probably the best out there in his position.
He is.
He has challenges in the defensive aspect of his game, and therefore I have a problem with that, because
which makes him a liability.
And I'm saying that though in the Liverpool system his primary function is to attack, when you're playing an English system that requires you to defend more, you have to be able to do that. And you cannot say to me that is because the system at Liverpool in England team is different from at Liverpool, why he doesn't look that way. All players have the same thing. Zinedine Zidane, when they used to play, I mean, they leave Real Madrid and come and play for France and look good. I am saying that I want you to take the same thing, even if it's one game, if it is 4 games, it's the same problem we have with Leon Bailey in Jamaica. You look so good,
what's funny?
but when you come to play for Jamaica, we don't see that. And the same thing we're saying with Trent. You're coming to a different system where it is there's a demand on you to defend. In that system, you don't look that good. And when you're
Manningsman, let me support your point. Let me support your point, Manningsman. It's the same thing they say about Raheem Sterling, that he's a system baller. And if he move out of Pep system, him no good. None at all.
But when him play for England,
you know what's funny though?
Not as if
funny? All of these right back and left back were not big up. If we were 30 something, when they were in their prime, we'd be finding all kind of faults with them. Just the same.
If what?
If we were the age we are now, if we were the age if we were this same age when they were in their prime, we will be finding faults with them the same way.
Like Philip Lam and
we'd have find faults with them just the same. Because we're younger, and we never analyze football at the level we are analyzing it now, which is why we weren't finding those faults. Do you agree that our football knowledge has increased since then, from then till now? Do you agree with that?
Ryan.
Yes or no? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, we have to get some drug tests for the show.
Yes or no? You agree that the knowledge we have in 2021 isn't the same knowledge we had in 2006?
Ryan, it's not about our knowledge.
So your knowledge
it's not about it's not about our knowledge. It's not about our knowledge.
So the same way you watch football. So the same way you watch football now, and the same way you used to watch football in 2006.
No, Ryan. Listen, what you don't understand is the ability and capabilities of an individual, and it's not limited to sport, right? In anything in life, it don't have nothing to do with our age and how we look on it.
It does.
My God. No. No. You know why? Because you actually have persons when we were 10 years old that were also 30. At that time.
And what?
Levon.
The scrutiny that is on footballers now wasn't the same then.
Boss, the only thing that has changed, now is social media. The only thing that has changed is social media.
And you admit that's a big change, right?
Don't change. Listen, gentlemen. Social media change the ability or capabilities of a player.
Small. Isn't that a big change? The slightest mistake you make as a footballer.
All right, so gentlemen, listen.
Well, how does that affect the ability of
somebody?
somebody?
What do you mean by how you affect it?
Gentlemen.
Hold on the shakes.
Wow.
Gentlemen, I want you all to listen. You keep on shouting that you're not actually hearing. So I'm gonna have to wrap up the show soon, so I just want you to all have a final say because this discussion will go on and go on and go on and go on
Yeah.
and go on and
But that's
go.
why my minute.
But
That's all. My minute, but there I wait for no lad.
all
You
right.
can't believe that the man them at 12. The man them have the same football knowledge they have at
But
12 as they have at 30. Interesting.
shoot a shot, Kims.
Boy.
Your minute.
All right. So, you know, right now the basketball season not go too well for my Lakers. LeBron is out. 10 days with an abdominal strain. We're playing the Charlotte Hornets now. Russell Westbrook. I was one of the biggest Westbrook fans, but right now, you know, he might make me eat my words because him now, the Warriors are 8-1, and we can't face the Warriors with Westbrook right now. Not even like a Memphis we can face with Westbrook right now. The man has shot 1 of 13 from the field, 8 points, and the man have no self-awareness. The man will just go 1 of 13, and I best believe the last shot, he won't take the last shot. He won't take the last shot again. Like he has absolutely no self-awareness. So I'm really worried about my Lakers right now. I'm thinking that we should have took DeMar DeRozan instead of Russell Westbrook. DeMar DeRozan is tearing it up over by the Chicago Bulls right now, shooting the highest 3-point percentage, right now. And, Westbrook definitely shooting one of the lowest, so I don't know what's
I
going to
thought that
happen
was
with the Lakers,
Buddy.
but, when LeBron comes back, he would definitely settle the ship. My guy, Aaron Rodgers, obviously you see that Green Bay really needs him. He'll be back again for Seattle on Sunday. Um, and my last thing that I'm going to say is that the big, big, big coach, Ole In, the man has done a lot for the team. The man stabilized the club, and I believe that the man deserves until the summertime in order to continue to execute. Manchester United have a particular model, they have a particular function, as I mentioned over here, so and that is to keep managers for a very long time. We don't want a short stint. And the last thing,
All right.
Antonio Conte.
Kims, finish up.
Thank
And
you, Jesus.
and the last
Please
thing,
don't idiot man listen to me.
Antonio Conte, will be on the hot seat real soon if he continues this dismal performance. I don't care if he's a top 5 coach, but he needs to do better. That's my minute. Thank you. Idiot Steelers want to give away the
All right,
game and
so
blow my
Ryan.
money.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. My time, all
Ryan,
right.
Jeff Entertainment is
I
yeah, but
saw
I'm
it.
going
At
to tell
least
you who's
one,
Jeff Entertainment. So Jeff Entertainment is Robbie Rich.
yeah, at least one less idiot go and listen to me.
Oh boy.
Your minute. Go ahead, man.
All right. I got all 4 of my semi-finalist predictions correct in this right order, whereas a certain guru only got 1 out of 4. That's one thing. It's funny that people when tell me that the knowledge they had 15 years ago is the same knowledge they have about football now, are unwilling to admit that their views on football have actually changed and that football itself has actually changed and that the rules in football have also changed in terms of playing positions and that things that certain footballers were asked to do has changed from 2006 to now. So that is the next thing right there. Some of the time we need to admit that things do change and how we used to look at things then and how we look at them now is not the same. Yeah, that basically it. How much time I have left? Like 30 seconds? My son come back to me 30 seconds. Move on to somebody else.
Shit, your minute.
Oh, my thing. I sent in the thing about IFAB, right? Because he keeps on saying that he's misinterpreting. So he just needs to go and read IFAB, and he will see it where it says the referee initiates a video review in relation to a red card offense. Is the referee allowed to change his or her decision after using VAR and show a yellow card? This is the VAR protocol by IFAB. If the referee decides after the review that the offense was only a yellow card, then the yellow card must be shown. As simple as that, right? Which is what I was saying all along. So yes, you can get a yellow card in so many games. Yes, it happened in the Champions League recently. But anyway, yes, Ryan, boy, Ryan needs to understand that even though knowledge might increase for man as they age, it doesn't necessarily change for the person that we are critiquing or analyzing, because all that happens is that we gain more knowledge, but you still have persons that are 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40 who would have more knowledge based on the past. And it does not just apply to football, it applies to everything in life. So if I go to a doctor and I, as a child,
1 minute,
1 minute,
General.
1
and
minute.
I, as a child, view the doctor in a particular way, my parents, they're going to view the doctor in a different light. And when I reach to their stage, my parents, I might then have a different view of the doctor. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Mannings.
Yeah,
A
man.
minute.
Who is the timekeeper? Yeah, but listen, great show.
Producer is having a very bad night at it.
Yeah, very good. No, I want to make sure that no one will tell me that minute finish and thing, you know. But a very good show. I think this is the first time I've been on the show with Sheikh, so good to like be on a show with him.
You're such a liar.
Yeah, man, this is the first time. I don't remember us being on
No,
the
it's
show.
not.
Okay. Big up, Ryan. I didn't know that Ryan could get so animated. Maybe Liverpool need to lose more because I mean, and I didn't know that Demo could really allow a conversation that he started to go on without commenting. The man had a long face all night and thing. I don't know why. Like he's upset. Like I don't even know why I'm here. So when Liverpool lose, my friend, don't come on. Do like me. Hide yourself. That's what I do when Arsenal lose. Don't come on the show with like a sour attitude and thing. I mean, we are marketing something here, brother. So I don't look good on the show, brother. So,
silencio mode.
Yeah, like you know, but good show. I always tell people like this, like we need more stuff like this where we can come on this and talk and argue, and then next week we can do it. Tomorrow we can do it, so people know that it is just sport. It's bantering, it's talking, and it's not hate and fight. It's not like Ryan and Sheikh's not going to be talking. I think more Jamaica need to see this.
No, we're good already.
There you go. That's what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
me.
Like,
It's not me. Ryan take register for it's Levon and Kims.
oh, because I know that Kems and Demo had to meet in the back room to work out some stuff last week and think. But you know, I think this kind of thing kind of show people that you can get animated without being disrespectful to one another, and I think that is a good thing that these platforms provide. But I want to encourage people to continue to support your channel, Josh, Cole, and Levon, because you guys are doing a great job. I always tell people that if you want good, clean content, this is the place. You understand me? If you want a whole heap of confusion and all them kind of things and stuff, but you guys kind of like the way you guys do your thing, and it may be slow, but it is better to be slow and right than to be fast and foolish. So keep trusting the process and taking it a step at a time. You know, always a pleasure being here. So encourage you people. You know, get people to don't
Hey
just come
man,
on.
stop using me 30 seconds. I have like.
I'm trying to avoid getting 30 seconds because you
No,
want to
never want
rebut
me 30
everybody else. The
seconds.
man want to rebut everybody else. You know, you think you're
No. I remember what I was going to say now. More than 30 seconds, sir.
All right.
That 30 seconds is cut down to 10.
All right, no
Demo.
problem.
Your
No
minute.
problem.
Yeah, so again, great show tonight, guys. Big up everybody in the chat. Continue to like, share, and subscribe to Sports Frenzy. I don't know the host now wear merch tonight because I want to see the merch, you know. Shout out to Kims who also give out some merch on his thing. The NFL show, them talk about vaccines and non-vaxxers. It was awesome. I was a part of that. So good show. And Thursday, I think I'll be looking at player ratings for the World Cup for the West Indies after that crushing elimination. So I don't know if any one of you guys want to join us. Will join me on that show on Thursday.
I can't give him my ratings.
Boss, we're going to go through individual
0.
player ratings.
No, it's 1 rating.
You know what I mean?
Not going to be long.
Yeah, so
Should
big
have a
up, with
second topic.
big up with the cell. and continue to support I Am Sure Sports. I was on his channel this morning and they talk about the Reggae Boys versus El Salvador, and obviously he has his guests coming on as well. So big up everybody and continue to like the team.
Mannings, man,
Yeah,
was that
man.
Dean Swell?
No, you know
Hey,
that.
man.
You know that there was a.
Hello.
No, Ryan, I'm responding to Levan. Hold on. Let me tell the people.
Oh,
this.
okay.
There was a schoolboy team. I don't know if you know this. There was a schoolboy team that they said would have represented Jamaica. You know that, right? They played against the national team, and the game ended in a 0-0 draw, I believe. But if that team they were so good that if they had defeated Jamaica, they would have been the national team, and they were a high school team, Kingston College. I don't know if you know that, and so. This week we're having some of the persons who were on that team. It was a team that defeated like the very team that Skill Cole had. So starting tomorrow, we interviewing some of those persons because they played against the Brazil team with the top Brazilian players and all of that. And, so very interesting history when you look at the football. Yeah, Ryan, you have 10 seconds.
Yeah, man. In
Right,
August,
even
when I was explaining the trend situation,
Tell
using as an example to show that players, when they go forward, they have an ex-player who covers for them, and you guys were saying nothing like that don't happen in football, and the comment section was also saying the same thing, and now everybody is retracting that was said. Is the same way people go retract that nothing was said tonight, and I did not say such and such tonight. On time?
As I said to you, I needed to go and find that clip.
No, man, I'm going to find it.
Make sure. All right. One thing I'll say now is that thanks to everyone for being here. And hear what, guys? Keep on liking the video. Okay, so when you like the video, it helps the video to become recommended. It's when the video becomes recommended that gains more viewers, more subscribers. So keep on liking the video. That is key. And boy, I saw every side of everybody tonight. I saw the emotional side. I saw the angry side. I saw the calm side. Everybody was in an emotional being tonight. But Demo especially, boy, when it comes down to Liverpool, this man is totally AWOL with emotions. But
we don't mention the subjective.
Thanks for the commenters. Man, Demo, all right, man. Let him stay. Man.
Come
Thanks to all of the guys for being here. Thanks to all of you commenters. Thanks to all of the viewers. And it was a pleasure being here. And you know that we have a next show tomorrow again. We're probably discussing Euros or, the European qualifications. Or we'll probably touch on some cricket because you know that the semi-finals has already been set out. It will be England against New Zealand. A repeat of the 2019 50-over World Cup final. And also Australia taking on Pakistan. So stay tuned, guys. What's that, producer? Yeah, man, already the boys coming and we're going to have a show for that, man.
Shalom.
Yeah, so the producer said everybody will speak up themselves, and Ryan, the man said next time when Ryan come in the comment section at your share, does not say a rubbish that, so you need to kick him sometime. But on that note, we're going to cut the show. Thanks, Demo, thanks, Manningsman, thanks, Ryan, thanks, Shakes, and also thanks to Kems. You need to pay back the people in their money. I need to get back Shamika, her host, because they tell her to bet her host Saturday, so I need to get her back that. That being said, thanks to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Up top.